to Northstars Live. I'm your host, Ellie Marie Watts.
And I'm Mickey Holmes.
We're... Sorry, I'm already stuffing up. Sorry, guys. We're just moments away from the puck dropping on the Northstars' 22nd game of the 2019 Australian Ice Hockey League season against the Sydney Bears. It's the second Sydney game this weekend. Last night, the Northstars faced the Ice Dogs in Sydney at Macquarie Ice Rink. It was quite the game last night, wasn't it, Mickey?
Certainly was for the Ice Dogs, not so much for the Northstars.
So let's run through last night's game before we jump into today's game. So down in Macquarie Ice Rink, the Northstars were up in the first period by 3-1.
Yep.
And then I don't know what happened.
We weren't.
And then we weren't. And then eventually the Ice Dogs won 7-4. So all credit to the Ice Dogs for getting it together.
Amazing effort.
Yeah, you're down at the game, Mickey. Run us through. What was going on?
7-4 was the end score. It was incredible. I think the second period saw 2 goals, one from Grant Tillman and another from Tim Crowder. And then the third period was even more goals. And I think Tim Crowder got a hat-trick alone in the third.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting 4 goals, which is incredible.
Yeah,
Did fantastic.
It's a pretty big thing.
Yeah, Tim Crowder show. Also starring Grant Tillman.
Also starring Grant Tillman.
Also starring. It was incredible. Like all goals scored by those 2 guys. It was fantastic to watch. But and Cal Costa as well. But yeah, they were on fire. We've just been plagued by injuries, sickness. Look, a lot of excuses you could probably make as to why our performance wasn't up there with the Ice Dogs, but the Ice Dogs just came out firing in the second and third, and the Northstars just didn't as much. And whether it was because again we were playing with a short bench because it was a Friday game, guys are sick, guys are injured, or what
variety of factors.
Variety of factors,
yeah.
But also the Ice Dogs just stepped it up, and that was the main factor. Yeah,
absolutely. So, interestingly, last night we saw Coach JFK on the ice.
Yeah.
Pulled on his skates. That was a nice little revelation. Just to bolster the defensive ranks, he only played a couple of shifts, but it was still nice to see the coach out there. Skates on, wearing the whites. It was great. And I think it was a coin toss between him and Joe Terrio who to get on out there, but I think JFK won, apparently.
Joe was joking around saying that it was a foot race and JFK won, but no, it was great to see him, and it was interesting to see, his dynamic out on the ice and warm up, and just, that energy that he brought out onto the ice too.
Was he coaching on the ice like he would from the bench?
Oh, look, I'm pretty sure he would be. But no, he was just, ran onto the ice, high energy, classic.
That's who he is, high energy.
I was going to say.
I don't know where it comes from. And last night in net was Charlie Smart, which was fantastic to see. We love seeing Charlie out there. Obviously, we love seeing Dane too. But it's really great to see Charlie out there. And it's just unfortunate, 7 goals slipped in by. But he put up a really great effort, especially in the beginning there.
Yeah, he really, I think it was, 30 shots he faced, and he just stood tall. He was great to watch, always in position, and unfortunately it was just, those breakaways, they got through, the awkward angles, the bounce offs, he did everything he could.
Yeah. So tonight's game against the Sydney Bears, it's the 4th game in the regular season. So each team plays the other 7 teams 4 times.
Yeah.
So this is our final regular season round with the Sydney Bears, and for the Northstars it really is a must win, I think. The Northstars are 8 points away from clinching their finals place, so you get 3 points for each game win, 1 point if you shoot out overtime win or loss. 1 point. You get 1 point still when it's overtime?
I think it's 2-1, isn't it?
It's 2-1 now.
Two for a win, 1 for a loss.
Sorry. It used to be 1 point apiece when it went to shootout. I swear it did.
Okay.
Oh dear, I'll go check that and come back to you. 8 points away, so that's essentially three wins they need, and they're coming off 3 losses, the Northstars are. So 2 losses last weekend to CBR Brave, and last night's loss to the Sydney Ice Dogs. So tonight's game against the Sydney Bears, I think they really need it just to kind of not gain their confidence back, but to get back on that track again, you know, and especially when they're going into a four games of away games.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be pretty full on. And the record this season against the Bears is the Northstars have won all 3 of their games.
Yeah.
So we played our very first game against the Sydney Bears here this season, and we came from behind actually to win that game. And then we've had pretty consistent wins in the terms of like goal wise. So it's either, you know, a 4-3 win or a 3-2 win or a sort of 3-1 win. So yeah, they're very tight games. And I think Northstars coach John Kennedy Jr., who is back on the bench tonight, he says this, you know, he's looking forward to another tight game. So we caught up with Coach Kennedy at practice earlier this week to chat about the road so far this season and what he's expecting out of tonight's game versus the Bears, and we'll roll that interview now. Hi everyone, Ellie Marie Watts here, and I'm joined by Northstars head coach John F. Kennedy. How you doing, John?
Very well, yourself?
I'm really well, thank you. We're getting towards the end of the season, it's getting to the pointy end. How are you feeling?
Oh, we feel great. It's exciting. This is the best time of year. Obviously, we're in a good spot, so that starts it off. But, you know, the boys are playing good hockey. I know we had a setback the past weekend, but a lot of good things to take from it. And, you know, we're looking forward to this weekend, a couple games against the Sydney teams, and go from there.
Yeah. When we're at this point in the season, it's about 5-6 weeks left in the regular season. What are you looking at? Is there anything you do change in terms of the team practices, coaching? Is there things you refine? What happens at this point in time?
Look, you double down on your strengths.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been taking care of our weaknesses and getting better there, just being more polished. But we really want to eliminate any type of thinking and making sure that the boys are just playing that automatic game where they don't have to think about it. They know where to be. They know what each and everyone's doing out there on the ice. So then everything flows. So obviously we're having, you know, up-tempo practices, making sure our conditioning's tip-top, and just preparing. Yeah.
We've got after the weekend's games, we've got a bit of a stretch on the road, which would be quite tiring, I imagine. I'm not a hockey player, but, you know, a couple of games here and there. How do you keep the guys motivated, or how do they keep themselves motivated and head in the game?
Look, whenever you have to do the Sydney trips, the Canberra trips, those are a little bit longer because of the bus rides. But when the boys go to, like, when we head to Perth, I think that'll be good for them. You have a lot of family men, so, you know, anytime they can get a good night's sleep, that's good for them. So, look, traveling hasn't been a problem for us. We've done well on the road, whether it's been Melbourne or Adelaide, you know, and even in Sydney. So, look, we get excited for it, and wherever we go as a team, we're ready to go.
Yeah. And so we face the Sydney Bears here at home. It's actually the third last game of the home game of the season, which is a crazy thing to think. But yeah, what are you expecting out of the Bears?
Oh, look, they're going to come out and send a message. As you can see in the standings, you know, it's probably going to be either us or them, second and third, going back and forth. So that's going to be a big one, kind of just like a measuring stick against each other to plant that seed of doubt in either one's mind heading into playoffs. So it's going to be a battle. They're not going to take a step back. I know we've been able to pull away with some close ones against them, and we just want to make sure that we don't get too relaxed, thinking that because we beat them 3 times that the fourth one's going to be easy. We know we're always going to get a battle against them. Kimmer can shut the door at any time, so it's going to be an absolute battle on Saturday.
And just finally, what would playing in that grand final or winning the cup mean to you here at home? Because the finals are here at your home in the Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. What would it mean to you to play in that grand final game or potentially win the cup?
Oh, it would mean everything, obviously, for the fans and the organization and everyone that does, you know, that works here. It's a great family culture. So for us to be able to do that for them would be phenomenal. But right now, look, we haven't solidified a spot in the playoffs yet. So first we want to get in the playoffs, and then once we know we're there, we're going to take care of the first game.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, John.
No worries.
So yeah, it was great catching up with John there at practice, and like he said, you know, and we mentioned this just before, they are close games. I think the worry is complacency, but I think after last night's game, Northstars are going to be really hungry, seeking that win against the Bears. So I think we're in for a really good game tonight.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's always a really good game against the Bears. You know, you got their feisty, you know, fiery players like Brian Funes, who's, you know, always sort of standing up for what he thinks is right. And, you know, you've got our guys that just do the same as well. And It's always a good clean game. There's no cheap shots. There's no niggling. It's just good hockey to watch. So I'm a little bit excited for the game tonight. But
absolutely.
I really don't think complacency is going to be an issue. As it, like you were saying, there's 2 losses to Canberra and then the big loss last night. I think they will be hungry for that win. It'll just be really interesting to see how they go about that, what they're going to change up to try and dig deep and get that win. Because, those games against Canberra, there were a lot of positives we could take from those games for the Northstars because, they'd shortened the lead, they'd really kept it tight, they'd done everything correct, but last night, it was messy. So it'll be really good to see what they can do tonight and get from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm expecting we'll see Dane Davis in net tonight. Charlie had a run last night, but Dane Davis back in net, and we actually caught up with Dane at practice earlier this week to talk about, how he's feeling about the season so far and the run to finals. So we'll roll that interview now. Hi everyone, Ellie Marie Watts here, and I'm joined by number 30 in your program, but number 1 in your hearts, Dane Davis. How you doing, Dane?
Good day.
I think I stunned you there with that little intro. But how are you going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, just trying to keep warm. That's it. Yeah, it's cold out.
Yeah. So we're getting towards the end of the season. How are you feeling about the road travelled so far for the Northstars?
Yeah, well, I think it's certainly been a very successful campaign so far. Obviously, I think we've beaten everyone in the books except for Canberra at the moment, and really solidified ourselves into the number 2 spot, number 2-3, arguably, with the last 8 games to go. So, yeah, I don't think we could ask for a better spot to start the year.
So yeah, like you were saying, number 2 on the ladder, and a couple of losses, 3 losses against Canberra. Just that one team you haven't been able to get a win over at this stage. But what's your assessment on that 3 losses to Canberra Brave? What do you think the team needs to do to finally get that win over them?
Well, score goals would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. No, listen, they're a world-class team. You got Gabriel, you got Joey Hughes, Darge. I mean, those guys go, they're national team quality, and we're just going to have to find a way to minute our mistakes. I don't think it was so much that they dominated us as we gave them opportunities. So it's going to be a great end of the finish of the season. We got one more game against them, and then we reset for 2 games. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, absolutely. So Dane, being the goaltender, you have a kind of really unique perspective on the ice. You're an integral part of the game, but for a lot of it, you're so far removed because you're right down the other end. When you're watching the game, what are you watching for? At what point do you sort of mobilise?
Mobilize, eh?
Yes, mobilize. Because you always look so chill and calm, but yeah, obviously you're like a spring loaded. Yeah, you're watching the game. What are you watching for? At what point do you really start, okay, now let's get back into it?
Yeah, well, for me, I start to zone in once they pass the red line mostly, just trying to read the play. I mean, that for me, it's not just the shot, it's watching the play develop and see, how it's going to happen. So I'm trying to anticipate 2 or 3 passes ahead and trying to anticipate where the puck's going to come from. But, I mean, yeah, although I look relaxed, sometimes I'm quite nervous and frustrated. Yeah. So just try not to show the other guys that. Yeah.
Personally, what do you prefer? Do you prefer all the action being down the other end and you're kind of out there cold, or do you prefer to be kept busy, or a bit of in between?
It's actually funny. I think most goalies will agree that... Hi, Joseph.
Joey's going past on the Zamboni and blowing the horn.
I think, like most goalies, I think I certainly prefer to be busy, right? It's an amazing perspective that when you have a long time between action and then a shot comes, you actually find you're not prepared. Whereas if you're getting lots of shots and you're in the motion and you're in the zone, it doesn't matter if it's 25 or 45. It goes by quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're playing, you seem to be coming out of the crease a lot more this year. You're quite active out there on the ice. Any reason for that this year? You're feeling really confident with the guys in front of you, or just feeling a bit active out there?
Maybe it's because I don't have confidence in our defense. I got to do 2 jobs, but No, I don't notice it, to be honest. I think it's just an opportunistic thing. I think we're doing such a good job at closing down the neutral zone. We're actually forcing clubs this year to dump the puck in, which actually gives me more opportunity, whereas in years past they're able to hold the puck and come in. So I think it's just an opportunistic thing,
So we have a game against the Bears at home on Saturday. Well, tell us about playing against the Bears this year and what kind of game you think they might throw at us today.
Well, I think the Bears every year are competitive, especially against us. There's always a little rivalry there. But I think, in particular, this one, it's the last time we're going to see them, and we're going to try and prove a point to each other. The way it's shaping up, it looks like we're going to face each other in the semi-final here in Newcastle. So we'll really be trying to measure up each other, and it's kind of the last reminder of what we can do to each other before going in. So it's pretty critical.
Yeah, absolutely. And just one last question for you, Dane. What would it mean to you to play in the AIHL Grand Final or win the Cup here at home? Because as we know, the finals will be played at Hunter Ice Skating Stadium, home to the Northstars. Yeah, what would it mean to you to play, that big game here in front of a home crowd?
Yeah, well, to play and, hopefully stars align and we can win. I think it's, I don't think it'd be a dream come true, especially with, my kids here and my wife. And, who knows how much longer I have left to play. So
forever.
I wish. But, no, this could be it. So, to take advantage of that and be able to do it, I think, certainly be a dream come true. Not just for me, but I think for the fans, above all else. I think it's 7-8 years. Yeah. So, no, I think it's be pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Great.
Nice long chat with Dane there.
Nice.
He reckons we never get him on, so we got him on, and I ended up having the world's longest chat with him.
Clearly had a lot to say. No, it was great to hear from him. A little bit of backpedaling there.
Yeah.
Goes
after his defense.
And then he's like, oh, no, it's because they're really good.
No,
and lock it down.
He was literally joking.
He was. I was like, no, I'm going to bring that up.
But yeah, it was really lovely to sort of hear from him, just about what, playing in the grand final would mean to him in front of a home crowd. He reckons he doesn't have much longer left, but we'll see about that.
Okay, Dane.
Yeah. Well, while all eyes are on the ice, the Northstars team, and on the Northstars team, we cast our eye to the bench and had a chat with one of the people who keep the Northstars in tip-top shape. One of those people is sports trainer Olivia Pickard, and we have an interview with Liv that we'd love to show you. Here's that interview. Hi everyone, Ellie Marie Watts here, and I'm joined by a special guest, someone you might not know, but she is very much integral to the team. This is Olivia Pickard, sports trainer for the Newcastle Northstars. How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm really well. So Liv, tell us, what do you do? What do you do for the Northstars?
I do. So I deal with all the pre-game, if the guys need any strapping, any sports massage. I also deal with the work at training. So if we need any follow-up with injuries or anything, that's pretty much what I do. And if there are any game day injuries, which touch wood there never is, but yeah, if anything crops up.
So how long have you been with the Northstars now?
This will be my second full season. I started at the end of 2016 because Matt Taylor actually hurt himself, which was really unfortunate, and so they need someone to kind of pop in and help, and I jumped on board.
Yeah. And are you studying sports medicine? What do you study?
So it's sports science, and I study with Charles Sturt University, which I love.
Yeah. How much longer do you have to go?
Too long. No. I've got about another year.
Okay.
So yeah.
And once you're finished, what will that make you a qualified?
So I'm qualified exercise scientist, and then I'm hoping to go on and do some more further study and whatnot, which will be good.
Yeah. So yeah, does being with the Northstars, help with your degree at all?
Oh, absolutely. It just, I learn something new every time I come into the rink, which is awesome. These guys are constantly teaching me something new about hockey. I've never played, so always learning, which is good. And just a lot about, potential injuries, where we can prevent them, and working as well now with Josh, the S&C coach. It's been awesome.
Yeah. And so tell me, what do you get out of being here, and being with the guys and seeing this side of hockey?
Well, it's exactly that. It's a totally different side to I've ever seen. I've always sat on the other side of the ice and watched, and now to be on this side of the ice, it's a totally different atmosphere, totally different feeling. It's awesome. It's a great group of guys. So yeah, I love it.
Well, we love having you with us. Thank you so much, Liv.
Thank you.
So that was Olivia Pickard, our sports trainer, and she has one in a whole host of support staff we have down on the bench there. And Mickey, who else do we have down there?
So we have Bruce Hounslow, who's our medic, who's been with the club, I think, 20 years.
Yeah, he said 20 years this year. That's incredible.
Yeah, so he's been around, and I think we also have Josh Seckham.
Josh Seckham, yep.
He's our
strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah,
we've got Craig Tonks as well. Yeah. He's a team manager.
Yeah, and Lachlan Powell as well.
Lachlan Powell as well. Yeah, I was like, there's another one. Oh gosh. But yeah, so we are winding down on our warm-up here, and we're going to cross now up to Pete in the commentary booth. Pete, are you there?
Hello. I'm here.
Good. Did you just get in? Because I saw you walk past us before.
I might have done a little extra running today, yeah.
So, Pete, welcome back, by the way.
Sweet time of being. It was good to be able to be a fan for a game. It's a rare treat for me.
But yeah, back on the cans today. So yeah, tell us what you think we're going to see out of today's game.
It'll be interesting how the Northstars bounce back after last night. We talk about excuses, but I think we do have to look at it objectively. The Northstars had a terrible start to their game. I'm talking before the game. They started pretty well actually on the ice. Okay. And they seem to really run out of steam. And then you got guys like Artis and Kim Crowder who can really turn it on. And that's flagging, and obviously they're flagging in the second half of the second and the third period. So I still ran away with the game, and they deserved to win it in the end by a long margin. So interesting to see how the Northstars bounce back. We've got some injuries, some guys who are not really that well. So we'll see how they can come up. The Bears, I don't think they're running at 100% either. So, and the thing about last night is the Ice Dogs were also short bench, so there wasn't a great excuse there. Preparation was probably a bigger thing, and hopefully tonight at home things just run smoother. They're in the home rink, so hopefully we see the Northstars that we expect to see out here tonight.
Yeah. So yeah, Pete, we're getting towards the end of the season now. We've got another month of the regular season to go. For people who might not know, you're like one of the AIHL share stats on Twitter after each weekend's games. Is this one of your favourite parts of the season to sort of see how the season's shaping up in numbers wise?
Stats?
Yeah.
Guys, there's people like Alyssa, part of our crew, and we've got Jason down in Melbourne who really go deeply into the stats, players and all that sort of stuff. My stats are usually pretty top level, like just teams and their percentages against each other. It's pretty basic stuff that I do. So most of my stats come into around about quarter to three quarters. Once we get to this stage, there's not much to be said for what I'm doing because most of it is pretty much resolved. What could happen, of course, is that race for third, fourth position, assuming that we're not going to be the interesting part. So, yeah, I guess my stat for the favourite part you asked for me is just see which teams are moving or going up and down. It's interesting to see the ups and go through as they go along. Sometimes it's injury, sometimes it's players leaving, sometimes it's other factors. And sometimes just a schedule too. We saw that with Perth Thunder. Their schedule was pretty cool to them to start with. Then they've got a nice ramp up, so it's working actually quite well for them.
Yeah. Alrighty, Pete. Well, we might leave you there. I think we're just wrapping up warm up now. So, yeah, we'll leave you to get on to commentating the game.
Yeah, I'll be back soon. We'll looking forward to a great one.
Alrighty. Thanks, Pete. Well, it looks like we're getting underway really soon. We're just a few moments away from the puck dropping, I believe. So thank you for tuning in to Northstars Live, the pre-game show. Stick around, though, for the period breaks for some and later for the post-game show. So bye for now.
Here come the Braves, and a save there, and they score! So Lindsay gets a shot away and scores! 4-4.
Lachlan going to the net, shoots, and he scores!
And then towards Cox. Cox gets a shot away. Davis makes the save. No, it's in! It's in! Perth take the lead!
Live from Hunter Ice Skating Stadium in Newcastle, this is AIHL TV. The regular season is brought to you by Air Canada, who offer the only daily and non-stop service to Vancouver. For details, visit aircanada.com.au. Owners. Owners are a direct infrastructure investor with a portfolio worth in excess of $50 billion. ATC Productions, your live event technical provider. And APA Group, delivering Australia's energy.
Toronto Skating Stadium for tonight's AIHL game. The hosts of Newcastle Northstars and the visitors, the Sydney Bears, here for this Australian Ice Hockey League matchup. This is the final game between these two teams. Both have had a bit of up and downs this season, mostly up, so these two teams are in the top four. So they're both going okay. Northstars are coming off 3 consecutive losses, which has been unusual for them. They've been in very much a winning season so far. They're going pretty well. We'll see what we can do tonight, these two teams. Always match up well, and they bring a really fast and technical game that I'm looking forward to watching tonight. So looking for the players to get on the ice pretty soon. We've got 15 minutes on the clock, and Steve will be joining me in a little while. He's on his way, unfortunately, to attend a funeral today for a former North Stars volunteer and figure, Mark Walsh, who sadly has had a long battle with leukemia, and unfortunately he's lost that. So we play tribute to Mark and his family. His son Oliver played us in 2006, 2007, and we'll miss Mark very much. And I've got a few, including Steve and Gary, who've been over, and Ray, who've been over to pay tribute to Mark Walsh today. And we'll soon turn our sides back to the rink, and we'll see what this game has for us. So we might have, you might be hearing Michael Smith joining me as we.
I am right here.
Yeah, here he is. So he's not sitting next to me, but Michael's with you tonight. So what's happening over the booth there, Michael?
Not much. We've got players hitting the ice now, as I believe it was Dane Davis leading everybody out for the game.
All right, well, warning, Stephen Lindsay is in the house. And he'll be joining us on the cans in a moment. So players heading on ice, and we'll get the national anthem. We'll get underway in a moment. Here come the Bears. So we'll wait till we get the cans on, Stephen. Well, I had a hockey etiquette question, so I might fire that to you. Are you switched on? You're switched on. So here's my hockey etiquette question: Is it against the hockey etiquette rules for the visiting team to get on the ice first for warm-up?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what
everybody knows that. Everybody
knows that. That's what I thought.
That.
So yeah, the Bears were snuck on before. Maybe the North Stars were tardy, and that's what sometimes happens. But yeah, it was a little bit. It's like crossing the red line in Canada. You know, cross the red line and warm-up.
Definitely never, ever, ever.
It's territorial. So we're just going to pause for the national anthem. Anthem is done. We don't have Candace here tonight, but hopefully soon, and that means we're soon to get underway. So thank you, Michael, for your very brief commentary debut there on colour.
He probably did a great job. He probably did a fantastic job.
He came in, he came in twice. So it was very helpful to get us through. So feel free to chip in if you've got any news from the control room in there. So anyway, small thing. These two teams are not teams that are going to really sweat that.
No,
but
not at all.
I noticed there have been teams in the past who've got Nicholson not about that sort of thing.
Now, look, I'm really excited tonight to see the North Stars playing with Timmy Stanger, with Liam Manwaring. These guys have been out for a little while. And I know that they played last night against the Dogs, but it's good to see them here at home. I'm sure there's a lot of the fans are really excited about seeing them here at home as well too. And obviously this is going to be a better opposition, in theory, a better opposition than what they played last night. So they're going to have to be on their toes tonight, mate.
Yeah, well, you know how sometimes when you get short teams, it actually helps them.
Correct. Sometimes
because
it
it amplifies their imports and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
I think that worked for the Ice Dogs last night, but it didn't work for us. Because Tim Crowder racked out 4 goals.
Incredible.
I think almost in sequence. So
incredible individual effort.
He didn't have Paul there with him because Paul's been out injured. Yeah. So he had a great game, as did Bartis.
Well, I think they had to prove something. They got to get back into this, so they had to prove something. But here we go, Pete.
Back and away. Brian Foons has a puck. He's wearing the C tonight, and that's chipped in by the Bears and deep into the North Star zone. So in goes Shane Southwood to get the puck. That was Joe Meyer is wearing the stripes tonight, and I know we've got Nick there on lines. And the other one having his debut is Gavin Thurston.
Yeah, talked to him about it before the game. He's unbelievably excited about having this opportunity today.
Excited for him. He's often on North Stars Live with us, hosting with Elliot. Tonight we've got Mickey because Gavin's on ice wearing some stripes. North Stars into the zone, driving wide. Pass inside by Jaden Ryan. It's turned aside there by the man Anthony Kimlin. Into the corner. Ryan Foons will take that away. And off the boards, and right away the North Stars, John Griff Kennedy, as he's done all seasons, mixing up those lines. Pass inside, Richie Tesseric's a dangerous man, but he can't get through all those legs, and the Bears are on the counter-attack. Into the zone they come. High-size pass, takes a shot, and it's turned aside, so they're going to keep that side for the North Stars defence. Takes a shot now from the top of the circle, and that's stopped by Dane Davis. North Stars dispatch it up into neutral ice as they try to change. Terrell Clare with the puck. He'll send it back. Skating across the blue line is number 7, I think. Is that Jimmy Newmark? He's wearing 17 tonight.
Thomas Stevens.
It's Thomas Stevens, okay.
There's good pressure here by the Bears. They're really keeping the North Stars on their toes in their own zone. And Davis holding that puck so we get a face-off in the North Star zone. But really good pressure there from the Bears. I mean, Ratcliffe, brilliant down that right side there to get the defense a little bit unsure about how to handle that. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep this going, the Bears. Good pressure on that first shift.
Ratcliffe has been a great new inclusion for the Bears this season. Things have gone up since he's arrived. North Stars battling for their puck, and it's in! It's just a couple of guys. It was just a couple of guys swinging for the puck, and it was loose, and I think it might have been Terrell Clare or who's got contact with it, and he's just whacked at it, and it's gone in past Davis. Just one of those.
There was a lot of traffic.
Almost like a deflection shot in.
There was a lot of traffic in front of Davis then. I'm not sure if he actually saw it. I mean, obviously the Bears bench is unbelievably happy. It is, the puck's coming through.
Just saw a picture of Mike Schlamp on the bench. He's still out with a knee injury. Hopefully we'll see him back soon.
Yeah, Daughter got that and was able to bury it just over Davis' shoulder.
All right, Bears are up 1-0. We're in the second minute of the game, so a handy start for them. Into the zone come the North Stars. Trey Phillips. Pass across. Been battling a bit of Aussie plague, and hopefully he's feeling good today.
Well, we definitely need him.
Yeah, we need him for sure. Simpson working with Powell. Hamish Powell, always willing to go in front of the net for his teammates. Now he's in the corner, and he's battling with Anders Lee and Ratcliffe up the boards. Pass goes past the Bears players, so they're going to go after wide, and shutting the gate is Robert Malloy. North Stars working to get the puck out of their zone. Simpson takes the safer route and the inside, and he's passed it though past Hamish Powell, and we've got an icing call on the North Stars.
He's Hamish Powell, people's player. I mean, how proud would he be out there on a line with Simpson and Droulet, probably two of our better imports, and he's actually been promoted tonight to play on that. So that's just wonderful for him. He's been productive this year. He's been scoring goals.
Well, Alyssa, she won't tell me a lot of her stats because they're a secret squirrel, but one of the things she does mention is that surprising, some of the stats that she covers are not ones you normally would think of, but it's going to be things that coaches will watch, like zone entries. And one of the best performers continually in the team is Hamish Powell. He flies under the radar, but he's just a guy that is secure.
Work ethic
safe.
is phenomenal.
So he's got that work ethic, and he just doesn't off up the block that much. He makes good decisions. So that's what you want from your players. Here he is under the puck. Picks it up. Well, his dispatches aren't as good as
he just had a
his
peek.
entries.
He just had a peek. If he hadn't had a peek, he would have been okay.
Yeah, I didn't mention anything about his passes. Just his zone entries are awesome. Put the mocker on him. Off the boards. Bears keep it in with the backhand. Southwood battles for it. It's going back in the corner, so Dave Ferrari's in there, and he's going to have to shake off Jeremy Brooker. Northstars get it out of the zone, and a no-look pass goes to no one. Richard Peserick. He's going to go behind the net, the Northstars net, so Davis watches. Bears doing a great job of hitting this Northstars breakout.
Great.
Yeah, taking away the time and space. Intended leave.
That was well left, Pete. That was well left.
That was
Great
magical
play.
leave, that one. Well, I think he saw he was going to drop it, so he saw he had some support and he left it. Yeah. Made the good of a situation. Terrell Clare lays some timber on Teserick. Northstars need to touch up. They do. Into the zone comes Sammy Banga. Oh, right across there under the stick of Jaden Ryan. He's beaten good by Esposito. Clare will set it up ice, and it goes past 96 Banga. Now the Northstars. Banga jumps over the stick of Teserick. Now he's got the puck. In it goes, and Malloy can't finish it. He had some interference there from 78 Gautier. Gautier was a player we really noticed when we were down in Sydney last time. He's a very hard worker and got some skills. Lehman Waring back into it after coming back after injury, and he's not holding back. It's his second weekend, though.
His play's been phenomenal already in this game. So quick to the puck and seeing what's going on.
Shot there, that backhand from Gautier. Tries the far post, and either Davis got it or it was too wide. If it's too wide, doesn't count, Steve. Gloved down by Teserick. He gets the puck back off the skate. He spins about, button hook, looking to get a shot away. There's lots of white, and Kimlin picks it out and stops play with 10:05 and gets a cheer from the Bears fans.
What I really loved about that play, Peter, was that we actually took a shot on net. Northstars took a shot on net and it put Kimlin under some pressure. It hit him in the emblem, so it wasn't terrible. But at least we put some pressure on him. At the moment, the Bears have been putting all the pressure on Davis down the other end, and the Northstars haven't been getting their shots away on net.
Northstars have had more possession lately, but like you say, they haven't been putting much pressure on Anthony Kimlin as well. Bump there from Powell, and Bears will shift it. So, number 77, was that Thomas Stevens?
Evan is Thomas Stevens.
77 was after. I don't have it in that list. I'll get it from the guys in the brick. So, Real Clare goes up the boards, and that goes through the attack and defense and down to the Northstars end. Yeah, steal the puck. Got to get in front. And Northstars defense boxes them out. To the top. Booms through the screen, takes a shot, and stopped. Blocked.
Powell's lost his stick. He's broken in that shot.
Duda's been carrying it.
Here we go.
Northstars trying to get a breakout. Broken up a bit by the Bears. Stay onside just. Hamish Powell into the corner. Get some instructions from Simpson. Malloy. Simpson. There's checking in front. Loose.
Oh, that was so close.
Southwood driving the net. Kimlin. Shake him off. Southwood staying out of the blue paint, though.
Great job by Southwood to get it on his backhand and put a really good shot in there. Kimlin too good.
All the jester for nothing. Got some tricks. Down below the red line. Battle between Teserick and Foons, former teammates.
Well, it's got to be holding. Yep, the call's come from the referee.
Myers put his hand up on that one. Took a little bit, well, it was a legitimate call, but it took some embellishment in the end to win it.
Well, I was just sort of saying, like, hey, I can't do anything. He's got his stick up my armpit here. So it was a good call there by our referee. Now we'll see what the North Stars can do. Being down 1, it'd be terrific to get a goal in this short period here.
And need enough to give you up the early one.
And even it all up 1-1. And shooting it, yeah, that's what I'd really love to see. And it's good to see Pat Naden out there. He's been a bit quiet, I would have to say, or he's joined the game late.
I haven't seen him out on the ice yet. Here's people 2. And waved out. Back to the blue line, Malloy. It's the blue line. Faked by Banger to Malloy. Now to Phillips through the screen. Saved by Kimlin. Gets the rebound and Banger can't get it past Claire.
Good play there by Banger to get that rebound, but a great play by the North Stars. Even though it was moving up the top, they were able to get the shot away there through Phillips. So there was some pressure on Kimlin, because it's really about time we put some pressure on Kimlin.
Face off to Kimlin's right. Gautier will face off against Francis Drolet.
There's some problem here, looks like, with the timing on the penalty.
It may have not been stopped, so they might have to put some seconds back on. There's a 1-0 lead for the Bears. They scored in the first minute and a half.
And the Bears have looked better so far, Peter, in all seriousness. I mean, you're correct, and the North Stars have had a lot of possession, but they really haven't been able to put any pressure. Whereas the Bears have been pressure right from the opening face-off. And they deserved their goal. I mean, it was hard work by Drew to actually get the shot away, but in the end, he was able to.
So we're just getting instructions by Joe Meyer over to the North Stars bench, and Mario's got some pressure.
Obviously try and put some more time back on the clock.
Usually what happens is just the clock doesn't stop when it's expected to, so whether it's human error or sometimes the equipment. And just put some seconds back on.
Now the North Stars really won't be wanting this little break in play because they want to get the momentum swinging their way. And they were with that first part of the power play. They set it up really, really well and got that shot away on Kimlin and put pressure on him.
Rolly to take the face off against Gautier.
If they can build it again.
Gavin Thurston drops the puck. Clean drop, Gav. And Banger gets in the corner. He's got Terrell Clare on him. Loy wraps it off the board, just going out the other side. It's picked up by 77 and hoiked around. Kept in the zone by Trey Phillips, who backhanded. And Francis Drolet finds it in his gear. Nice move to get a shot away. In close. Kimlin makes a stop. Banger can't get it past.
Why Phillips didn't shoot then, that was the option. Drolet should say.
Drolet takes a shot. It's off Kimlin or Banger and back to the half boards. To Phillips at the blue line. The way he moves. Lloyd.
Oh, nice.
Drolet shoots. Faked and shoots, and it's pushed out.
Great save by Kimlin.
Knocked down by Kimlin, and then the Bears defense to punch it out of the zone.
He was so good on that. He saw it all the way. Made sure there's no gap.
Loy spins around. Goes to the left wing. Into the zone they go. And off by Drolet to Tesserick. He's got Pat Naden way in front. He's beaver tapping. He's ready to go. We've got a latecomer as well with pinching in Matt Lindsay. Loose in front. There's blue jerseys everywhere, and Kimlin makes a stop and cleared out by the Bears. Ratcliffe moves it up ice. Dane Davis out to play it. He has a quick up. North Stars quickly on the attack as Bears try to change, but North Stars are also changing, and they don't get full value for that. Down to Simpson. He's going to bring it to the circle. Accidentally hands it off to Waring.
5 seconds to go on this penalty. Want to get a shot away.
Need to get it on. So far, it's been very solid. I mean, nicely moving the puck, but there's been collapsing in nice and tight. And of course, Kimlin is always really hard to beat. Long shot by the Bears. That's wide and out of play with 6:09 left in the first. It's 1-0 the Bears.
Now, the Bears would be very, very happy with that power play, killing that. In that they didn't give the North Stars really any opportunity. The North Stars moved the puck around a lot and held the possession. But they didn't put any pressure on Kimlin except for that one shot that was a beauty. And Kimlin saved it is beyond me, but I guess that's why he's the Australian goalie. He's that good.
That's true. There's another guy could be the Australian goalie at the other end too.
That's true. It's a big, good battle today.
Right on net by the Bears. It's gone wide and it's going to be picked up by Hamish Powell. He's going to have to get it past Brian Ferns, and it does go probably to Nick Ayres' skates wearing the linesman there. Malloy with the hit, close to being that very slim margin of a late hit with the new rules. Stars break up. Breakout's been broken up by the Bears. Their fork check has been great. Shot on net and then stopped by Davis.
This is what really the North Stars need. They just need to reset. I'm glad that Davis saved that so we get a face-off. So that they can just reset and get this puck out of their own zone. They've really struggled to do that so far with the pressure that the Bears have been putting on. And they've done a great job sealing both boards, so there's no gaps at all for the North Stars. And with their centre taking away the middle, where do you go? Where do you go? So they've done a great job.
If they've got someone at either end and someone in the middle, there's got to be a gap.
Yeah, but you play the angle piece.
Yeah.
You play the angle, which is what they're doing so well. That's why the North Stars are really struggling.
Wouldn't that bring a stretch pass in if they're going too wide?
That could be one way.
I know they're your favourite.
That's correct. It's certainly a play that would be used now in that it stretches this forecheck. Because at the moment, forecheck's compressed and it's not allowing the North Stars to move. Yeah. So we need to stretch that. And yes, even Hail Mary through the middle, anything like that, that's going to stretch the defense so you're getting an opportunity. At the moment, we're just trying to be close and trying to break it out, but there's no room. The Bears are doing a great job.
Jeremiah's given us the okay to continue. 6:10 left on the clock. Puck is dropped and North Stars win that. Back it goes for Bert Malloy, who's going to sit around the boards. And the Bears able to break it up a little, but not stop the puck from getting out of the zone. So it goes back to Terrell Clare. Originally North Stars Junior, but chance for North Stars here. I'll continue that later. Chiteswick through the gap. Kimlin stops it.
Again, Kimlin able to adjust himself really well because that came off someone and changed direction at him. It looked like it was going 5-hole, but he was able to get down on it and stop that from going through. He's on fire tonight. He's looking good. He looks really calm. He's square. He's covering everything. The North Stars have put pressure on him.
Face off to the right of Kimlin. Bears win that. Honestly, here's a look, and he's going to go up the middle. Pass across, connects, and Bears on the attack. Quick shot and a save by Davis. Drops it at his feet and smothers the puck.
I'm pretty impressed with Newmark tonight, actually. He's really shown some speed going down that wing. Good young player.
Playing overseas.
Yes, been playing overseas. Might be moving to Sweden this year. So
race off, and it's just a mess of legs and sticks at the moment. Bears come out with it. And fakey there, and North Stars have got a bit of a break, but the Bears quickly back to cover. Brian Froom's pretty mobile. Tier spins around, he's a tall man. Gets the puck away. And the puck goes down ice. Radcliffe first to it. He's got one inside, but that's going to be offside. Maybe the high stick.
That'll come outside the zone. Geez, I like the way the Bears are playing. I mean, their transition is so good, and they're putting the North Stars under a lot of pressure because of that. So it's really up to the North Stars to get their speed game going. I mean, that last play was just unlucky that it was Hamish Powell. I mean, with all the great things we've said about Hamish, speed off the mark is not one of his fortes.
It's a big rig. He's got to get going. Simpson watches the ice there. Bears win that. Queens can't get it past North Stars. Drolet though. Tenacious with the puck. Picking that up. North Stars. Quick shot through a screen that's hit Drolet and is loose in front of Kimlin. Picked up by the Bears, and there's Vlad, the evergreen Vlad Rubes, number 20. Drolet was a hit, and Bears dispatch it down ice. Ray Phillips gets it to Hamish Powell. Bouncing around. Bears will grab it. There it goes. Bears spin around. Annesley in 16. Esposito, long pass.
Nice defensive play by Phillips.
Yeah, broken it up, but Bears got it back quickly. It's a pass to the North Stars. So they'll take it in. Trey Phillips pauses, takes a shot, saved by Kimlin, and around it goes the top of the boards. These are custom glass panels here at the Northstars Hunter Skating Stadium. So there's a bit more blue top of the runner boards than you normally get in a rink. Ref takes a shot, and it's gloved down by Dane Davis. Pardon me, that was Thomas Stephen, number 7. And a stop and play with 3:57 left in the first.
Sometimes we're very privileged to watch Trey Phillips and the way he plays the game. The way he broke that play, came up through the middle, took the shot, Kimberley made a great save, came up around the boards, and who was there to keep the puck in? Trey Phillips. I mean, sometimes you think, can the guy do everything? It's a talented player.
Yeah, he's very mobile and he's thinking well ahead of the play. Real good hockey IQ. Honestly, will throw that puck deep. It's picked up by North Stars, being just up from the top of the point and stopped by Davis with the pads. Loose, North Stars first to it. Get out of the zone. Can they carry it though? That's been their problem. Into the zone it goes. They're offside. 1-0 still for the Bears.
And Gavin Thurston comes up with his first whistle blow of the day.
Yes.
He gets the offside. Well done, Gav.
Yeah, he's looking forward to that one. So miss him, but we're glad that he's debut. He's been a referee here at this rink for years, and a coach, and a player. Very much dedicated to the entire hockey
The North Stars, right.
And New South Wales as well too. So Bears have it. Back goes to Annesley. To Richie Tesserick is forechecking. Annesley pass inside. There's Ratcliffe with it. Goalie can't stop him. Pass is a bit loose and goes out of the zone. Bears need to get back on side.
There hasn't been any mistakes like that from the Bears, but that certainly was.
Yeah, it's not costing anything so far, as Newcastle haven't been able to get the space to move it out cleanly themselves. There's another error, and North Stars on the counter. White jerseys coming back quickly to cover. Drolet pass inside, and it's gloved down by Anthony Kimlin. Thank you very much. 2:49 left in the first.
Well, we needed the face-off down here in the zone, so this is an excellent opportunity now. We've got Drolet out on the ice, of course, with Simpson. We've got Phillips out there as well too. So I mean, really, and Bert Malloy. This is a great line. We really need some pressure here.
Let's look at power play. Phillips. Gets the puck around the skates and Gauthier in front, takes a shot, and kept outside. I'm not sure if it was defense or Kimlin there who stopped Phillips. Gauthier bumped off the puck. Hamish Powell will get it. He's going to have to shake off some attention there from 77. Oh, Terrell Clare lifted the arm there. Could have been an elbow call, not seen. We'll continue. Cliff pass inside Gauthier. Nice spin move. It's it back for a shot, and it's wide. That was Duda with the shot. Simpson. This is that. He's there all alone, but picked up there by Naden. Takes the shot, and it's stopped by Anthony Kimlin. 1:58 left in the first.
Yeah, good pressure there for the North Stars. Trying to get a little bit more feet moving, getting their game done. Stanger out there with Naden. Good to see him out on the ice. It looks like they've also got Liam Manwaring as well too. Not sure where Sammy Banger is at the moment.
He's done a couple of shifts, but you're right, he's been absent for a little bit. Mostly Francis Drolet been carrying the puck for us recently. Annesley. Turn around. I don't know. They don't get a clean pass, but they're going to chase the puck in, and it's been blown as offside.
And certainly the North Stars are going to have to come up with some sort of plan in this second period to stop the Bears from breaking out. They've been doing a wonderful job breaking out through the centre and getting up the ice fast. That's why their transitions have been so good. And the North Stars are going to have to, obviously they've been trying to take the boards away, but they haven't been taking the middle away. And that's why the Bears have been able to exploit it.
Race off to the left. Dane Davis, we've got 1:32 left in the period. Shot. A fake there by Terrell Clare, but does get through to Davis and he stops the puck.
That was almost dangerous. That was almost a knuckle puck there.
Yeah.
That was dangerous.
I think it's when it was a try, when you hold back and kind of get under it and make it spin around.
Yeah, but Davis did a good job holding his glove there and letting the puck come to his glove.
It was the Goalie shot on net. Stopped by Davis again. 1:23 left in the first, still 1-0 Bears.
That's the classic Dane Davis. Quick glove, bang, got it. And then throw it out. Let's get the face-off going again. Davis looks good tonight.
Takes the face off. And by Northstars, they push it forward. Bears will grab it. We have a bit of pressure. Up there, we'll turn around. It's around Nick Air and into the Northstars zone. Into it first. Forwards. The Zamboni doors, a battle between Ryan and Gautier. And Zamboni doors win. 1:05 left in the first.
Another in play, but well done, Zamboni doors.
They were in the play then. You get the puck jammed in there, they can get stuck. There's been some pretty good Zamboni doors around the AIHL over the years. Adelaide ones come to mind.
Good old bundle, a classic.
Oh yeah, never see the puck again. But yeah, nice spin move. Fires it in with a lob shot. Dane Davis had to play it and gets a touch on it. Picked up behind his net. Back and forth. Northstars, is that Trey Phillips? Yeah, 44. Pressure, good pressure there from Duda. And Northstars now carrying it out of their zone. But once again, Bears are shutting the door on them. They're all coming across to block off play. Breakout. Logging up the middle. Around the boards it goes. Tesserick won't be able to beat Ratcliffe to it. And it's chipped off the player's bench area. And remains in play due now into the Northstar zone. Makes it deep. Stopped by Davis. And a stop a play with, was 14 seconds, now 13.
Yeah, again, fantastic job by the Bears. Grab the puck, transition, get the Northstars under pressure. And they've done, as you said, just a wonderful job putting the Northstars under pressure in their own zone because they're clogging the lane and not allowing them to come up through that lane. They may have to go across ice, Pete. I didn't want to say that, but they may have to do it.
Timmy Newmark in that face-off. Battled right down near the Zamboni doors, not quite open this time, and that might be frozen again. We're told to play it. And that's all right. It's the end of the period, so we can't swallow that too much. So at the end of the first period, we have Sydney Bears 1, Newcastle Northstars 0.
And I think that's a true reflection of how the game's actually been playing as well too. The Bears have done a really good job preventing the Northstars from getting out of their own zone cleanly, and they've been able to get out of their own zone cleanly. So, I mean, that means you're going to be controlling the game if you can be doing those two things well. Luckily for the Northstars, that they haven't really had a lot of opportunities on Davis, and the one that they did get was just hard work by Duda to actually get his shot away and put it over his shoulder. Congratulations to him, you know. But the Northstars, unfortunately, the shots they've had have tended to be in the emblem. There's been no real pressure, per se, on Finland.
They have had a few shots at the screen that we've been working on, especially Trey Phillips has been able to get a few shots away at the screen. But the screen has been good.
Oh, absolutely.
Too good. In other words, it's stop puck.
Well, as the Bears have been clogging lanes so that the Northstars can't get out, they're also clogging the front of the net as well too. So there's not really many opportunities for pucks to get through on that, especially if we're, you know, a couple of feet off the ice. I mean, really, we need to be lower and harder and putting a bit more pressure on Kimlin so he can't see the puck, rebounds are coming, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. If you can be doing that and trying to move him, then you're going to obviously score goals because he's not going to be comfortable. At the moment, he looks comfortable, he is comfortable, and he's stopping the puck well.
Right. So what Bears things are going well for them? Do they need to change up anything?
You're up 1-0. You're controlling the game pretty much.
Don't change
so I wouldn't be changing a thing.
We'll have to see if we can find out what's happening with Semi Banker. We didn't see much of him after the first few minutes of the period.
I hope he's not injured.
Yeah, well, Northstars have suffered a few lately, so we're hoping there's nothing more. It's, considering how well the season's gone, we've had some adversity as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, Semi Banker would be a nice inclusion there. Would make a big difference to some of those plays.
Well, some of the offensive face-offs. I mean, if you can get Drolet, Banger out there with Philip Simpson, I mean, you know, like, you've got a lot of power. And even if it is just for a 20-second face-off period of play, get some of those guys off again, because really, we've got to start scoring goals. That's the story, you know. 4 last night was okay. That's not bad. But I mean, in this league, you really need 5-6 goals a game if you're going to be winning. It is a very high offense game this year in the AIHL, so you really need to be scoring goals.
I think I heard Malloy talk about it as being the race to 5. The race to 5 goals is the team that wins typically. Yep. So I think that might be pretty accurate. These two teams often don't score a hell lot of goals against each other. They're pretty tight defensively. Yep. But we'll see what happens from here.
Yep. Well, I'm not sure if the game is going to open up or not. I mean, the North Stars would love it to open up because they've got great speed and they can transition so quickly when they're allowed to play their game. That would mean that the Bears would have to stop doing what they're doing. Why would they do that?
Their forecheck has been absolutely sparkling so far.
It has. So, I mean, they've got to try things a little bit differently. It might be as simple as bomb it down the ice and get into a race for the puck so there's no icing. Just the Hail Marys through the middle so that you're making the defense a bit confused as to what's going on. Just something's got to happen just a little bit differently to what's going on at the moment. Because at the moment, the Bears are just doing a wonderful job.
Well, the man for that job is John F. Kennedy Jr. And he is good. And with the tactics, he's been really good in the way he's stretched his lines and he's put risk for teams, not just in the top line. He hasn't stacked it up. He's been also making his second power play and his second line effective. And it's worked because we've got guys coming through like Lyman Waring, like Patrick Naden, who can be a threat as well. So he's got options. He's going to need them.
Yeah, this year we've had depth. There's no doubt. 3 lines have been rolling out there and 3 lines have been putting pressure on the other teams. We haven't been relying on anyone in particular to score goals, and that's wonderful. That's what we need going into the playoffs, no doubt.
We've had a couple of players come back, so we've got Lyman Waring back. He was back last weekend. Yep. And Tim Stanger restarted his season after injury in the first few weeks. Yep. He's back. I think it was a broken, wasn't it? Yep. Or it was an upper body injury or some sort.
Upper body injury, sir. But what I like about him is that a bit like Hamish Powell, he's a power forward. I mean, strength, fast, quick, may not have fantastic hands, but he can actually make stuff happen.
He's a worker.
He's a great worker. He can make stuff happen. And he did pop a couple of goals. So, I mean, he can score, but just I love his work ethic. And with him and Hamish out there wearing and grinding down the Bears' defense, there's an opportunity for the North Stars.
I think they're going to need it because at the moment, Bears have got the edge.
At the moment, Bears have the edge.
So we're seeing usual sort of masterclass we expect from Anthony Kimlin. He's been very tight.
He's so calm around the net, you know. That's what I love about him. He's always square. Sometimes he gets beaten up high, but he's always square and he's always waiting for the puck to come to him because he seems to have all the time in the world to do that. Davis tends to be more flashy and a bit more gloves happening and all that sort of stuff. Both extremely effective, but different goalies, there's no doubt. And you really notice that in the last couple of years when I've been blessed to be able to watch Kimlin play for Australia and overseas. It's in the World Championships. He's just so calm. Doesn't matter where they are in the game, he's so calm. And that's what your team needs. I mean, if you've got that at the back, then you can move forward, transition, get the pressure on the other goalie, that sort of thing. Which, again, repeating myself again, the Bears are doing that again tonight. Really well.
Well, so far, just that 1 goal lead for them. See, now we do have a few games around this weekend too, so we'll check in on those in the break. So find out what's happening elsewhere around the rink. Trying to think of what other games there might be. There's a game in Sydney. Perth Thunder. Perth Thunder are playing the Ice Dogs tonight, and the Bears will play them tomorrow night. So that'll be an interesting game because we're talking about these positions 2, 3, and 4 at the moment. Pretty unlikely the North Stars will catch the Brave. That's not true. It's very unlikely the North Stars will catch the Brave.
Better statement.
It's very unlikely the North Stars won't make the finals because they already have 44 points.
Yes.
So basically we're saying that they wouldn't score any more points and the other teams would get a lot. 2 other teams would get a lot. So
I can't see that happening somehow. I think the North Stars are pretty safe to finish second. I mean, there's got to be a small change in their game so they can start being a little bit more competitive.
You've got to stop being injured.
Yeah, that always helps. Jesus,
there's one bit of good news, and that's Dominic Gabai is back in training.
Fantastic. That is
so if they had to pull the trigger and get Dom out, then that's a possibility. So
well, also we're missing Thomas Lander too, and I mean, that guy's such a wonderful player.
He makes a huge difference.
He's a power forward, but he's a power forward on another level. I mean, he is scoring goals. He is dangerous. He is making the other team think the whole time he's on the ice.
He's 100% work ethic. He's just everywhere.
Absolutely. So
I did talk to Tommy today, and he's improving, but he's still not quite ready. So maybe next week, maybe a week after that. We're not sure yet.
The end of August is when we need him to be ready.
Of course.
You know?
So, look, we're going okay. So if Tommy needs more time, then that's what we want to give him because we want him to be fully healthy. So he went through this last year as well, unfortunately. So it doesn't take much. A good bump, and some of these players, the concussions that happen more often than fans would realise.
Yes.
And it's tough for these guys to come back.
Yeah, well, it's good that we've got such great medical help now, so that we can diagnose this a lot quicker and a lot better than what we were able to do in the past, and obviously get the right protocols for these guys to come back into the game when they're dead set ready. Not getting pushed back in, but when they're dead set ready to come back in.
Yeah, he told me he's skating still. He's skating again, and but just not ready for full games yet.
Yeah. There's a significant difference between full contact and just skating.
Absolutely.
So, especially in this league.
And especially at the pace he goes at too.
Correct.
So plenty of blood pressure.
Again, we need that kind of player back in the North Stars if we're going to be a real competitive force in the playoffs. I mean, the great thing about the playoffs is it's one game. Anything can happen. You just got to turn up for that one game. Really, the brave are obviously the team. My prediction, this is where we're going with this.
Don't be biased, Steve.
That really, just as things just have to happen really well, and everything's just got to come together. Everyone's got to be back playing. Davis has got to be smooth. The defense has got to be working well with the offense. All that stuff's got to happen.
I don't mind the North Stars have lost against the Brave. I think it's a great little ambush. It can work in your favour.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even if it's not the case, you still got to believe that. You've got to back yourself when you come into the finals. So
100%.
If
you don't come into the finals to lose. You come into the finals to win.
Actually, you've seen this before, 2004, 2007, where the North Stars were really quite dominant in the season. You got to the finals, they got beat.
That's right.
Just often you need to lose to learn.
Not this year, Pete.
Not this year. All right, well, we're going to cross over to Matt Lindsay, your young fella. He's with Ellie Marie Watts. We'll be back for the second period.
Hi, I'm Mickey Holmes and I'm benchside with Matt Lindsay. Matt, it's been a bit of a slow start to the game. What are you going to do to try and pick things up?
Yeah, look, we just got to start getting a bit more traffic in front of Kimmer there. We're getting a few chances in the O-zone, but he's always going to stop that first shot if he sees it. So if we can crash the net a little bit more, keep penetrating that the goal net there, we should see some come in.
Yeah, awesome. Well, look, thank you so much and good luck for the rest of the game.
No worries, thanks, Mickey.
Welcome back, everyone, to Ice Skating Stadium. The Sydney Bears have a 1-0 lead up against the hosts of Newcastle Northstars. Bears having the better of the first period, Steve.
Yeah, they played really, really well. They compressed very well. They took away the time and space from the Northstars. Northstars weren't able to play their normal quick beat moving type game that they do play and transition quickly. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Kennedy has come up with some sort of little plan for that so that we can see a different story in this period.
We did see Semi Banga having a skate, checking out his skates or his legs. We're not sure what the problem was previously, but I think he's going to be on the ice this period. We'll see how we go. He's definitely not in off to the hospital or anything like that, so whatever it was something lesser. And I hope to see him out there soon.
They seem to have a bit of a problem down the other end with the net.
So they're checking on the net, and they're satisfied, so they will continue. So, Guillenet is number 77. Guillenet. So it is a French name. And it looks like a new player for the Bears face-off. And Bears win that. As we begin the second period, you're going to go up the right wing. And they do get it past. Battle there. Newmark, yes.
Newmark, yep.
See up the left wing goes Malloy, and he's cut off by Brian Foons, two Aussie Roo teammates, Mighty Roos. And that's Rick. Goes to centre, but he's really the guy who had to pass to was right next to him, so he couldn't pass to him.
That was a great speculator. I mean, obviously he wanted a face-off so he could get off and have a bit of a rest.
That he has.
But that is a great decision, because now we've got Droulet out on the ice, we've got Simpson out on the ice. So we've got a lot of power out there now. Good to get this face off and just get some pressure on the Bears. Tell them a bit of a story right from the word go.
It's off, won by the Northstars. Simpson spins around. On the outside though, Newcastle trying to get a man in front. Drolet. So nice how he can handle that puck. Just
Puck
spit about.
protection's unbelievable.
That's insane. Into the corner. Mitch Powell gets it to one of his players, but he's pinned by Foons. Around goes Ferrari, tries to cut it off. Still alive. Bears trying to push it forward, and then moments are arm wrestle in neutral ice. Starts to take it in though. Quick shot, and it's covered by Kimlin as Simpson drives the net, but it's stopped. No goal.
Yeah, that's the sort of pressure that the Bears need to be putting on, the North Stars need to be putting on Kimlin. Putting the puck in hard low so he actually can't control it as well as he has been. A lot of the shots have been coming straight on the crest, so he's been able to take that easily, but that there was much lower, and so there was a rebound. And getting him out of his comfort zone is going to be what the North Stars need to do.
On the way, Bears have the puck. Newcastle putting pressure on in their end. It's danger. Loads, but the Bears are on the counter. North Stars quickly back to cover them though. Trey Phillips can really move when he puts the Jets on.
There definitely must be something wrong with Sammy Banger. This is the third line and still no Banger on the ice.
Yeah. Claire shakes off McLaren. Stephen. Yeah, we're just not sure about if that was Tim Stanger's first shot.
Here we go.
Chance backhand. Saved by Kimlin.
Oh, so unlucky by Pat Naden, but really clever. It's good to see his mum and dad right behind him in the stands there watching. But he did a really good job of trying to move Kimlin so he could put it through the 5-hole, but Kimlin just too good, just stayed with him the whole time. But that was a really bad mistake there by the Bears. And look at Timmy Stanger, smile on his face, so happy to be on the ice again.
Great to have him back, an energy guy, and they're going to need him tonight if Sammy Banger is unavailable. Maybe he can put on some of that magic himself. There's fast counter-attack here. Up ice they come, looking to pass inside. Cut off pass there by Malloy. On the boards it goes. Then Ryan tries to shovel it out. It's going to be up to Trey Phillips though in 44. He might need to have a couple of speculators himself. And his shot net is turned aside by Kimlin and his team. Good following of the Bears up here today. We've got about a dozen people behind the net cheering their team. Shot and a save by Davis. Up high up the shoulder and straight into the gear.
Yeah, look, good play there by the North Star defense to keep good wide there on that shot, so that Davis was able to cover it up very easily and give absolutely no rebound.
Face off a bit to the right. Dane Davis. 12:36. Still 1-0 lead from the Bears from that first couple of minutes of the game. And Lindsay's going to carry the puck, and he's just about been zip-tied there by Wardlaw there. It looked like he was doing up like a zipper. Put him in a sleeping bag.
Well,
Davis going to play
that.
Wardlaw. Still out there. He's chasing the puck right now. First to win is Matt Lindsay, though. Hey, Ferrari sends it around the board. Sporting a beard right now, David. Refetching. Matt Lindsay takes one off Vlad Rubes in the hands. All good.
Might be one of those periods where the game just goes no matter what happens.
Simpson and Terrell Clare having a physical battle down there. And two players that enjoy that sort of game. He's loose, covered by Hamish Powell. He gets a shot away, but only to a Bears player, so he's going to have to double back the cover. And Ferrari turns the puck around. Lindsay is the left wing option with Simpson, and we've got a partial change happening for both teams. Shot on net, stopped by Kimlin, a cute angle, and he smothered the puck. 11:21 left in the second.
Yeah, again, good pressure on Kimlin. The rebound came out. Just unlucky that Droulet wasn't there to be able to take advantage of that. Just moved away from it. But that's the kind of thing we need to do. The North Stars need to do is get the pressure on Kimlin so that he's not as comfortable in the net as he has been.
Soft bridge to the right of Anthony Kimlin. Soft one by the Bears. They're going to pick it up and reverse. Left wing, Gauthier, long pass, and it's Miss Foons. And yeah, it was a strange one, Steve. Spinning around Annesley. Ratcliffe under some pressure here, so Bears not passing or communicating well at the moment. And North Stars with some pressure on.
Well done, Malloy.
He's won that. Chance in front. No. Cut off by the defense of the Bears. And they're going to break out there. A nice pass. Gautier's alone. Shoots, scores! Hits the top corner. Gets it past Davis. And after some good pressure by the North Stars, the Bears big rush up ice and score.
Yeah, unfortunately caught napping at the back there in the North Stars defense. But where that all came from is not putting the pressure on the Bears in their own zone and giving the Bears plenty of opportunity to get out, find the guy in the middle, and then just in stride, beautiful shot over Davis. That was just a wonderful goal.
Yeah, millimetre accurate to get it in that top corner. Bears up 2-0.
Yeah, North Star's got to find a way to put pressure on the Bears in the Bears' end.
I'm not finding Semi Banger on the bench. He hasn't been on the ice, so that makes it a much tougher job for the North Stars, playing with 3 inputs and a missing sign. Well, what they need is a goal scorer, and Semi Banger's that guy.
Yes, he certainly is. This will be what the North Stars are made of, whether they can bounce back from this and try and get in the scoring.
Richard Tesserick sends it cross ice to Ferrari. Long pass on the stick of Tesserick. They got through that smothering the middle there by the Bears. It was that stretch pass we're talking about.
Well, he went cross ice and did a really good job putting it right on his stick.
It was a sweet pass.
As I said earlier in the break, really, the North Stars have got to do things differently.
Thomas Stevens shot, it's loose, and it goes in! Davis couldn't find it. He made the save, but it's gone up and over his shoulder. He's looking for it, and it's bounced in. So that was a lucky goal for the Bears, but it's a good while. Gets him up 3-0.
I tell you, when it's not going for you, sometimes it's just not going for you.
Well, it's been 2 kind of random goals for the Bears. They've had the majority of play, no doubt, but that was a fortunate one for them, and they get ahead by 3.
Just so unlucky. Just unbelievably unlucky not to know where that puck was and have it bounce over his shoulder in the net. But really, the North Stars now have to show what sort of resilience they have, what kind of mental strength they have, so they can bounce back from this. It's going to be so important.
Bears have the puck. Funes off the face-off, pardon me. And Bears have confidence. It's showing in the game. Rushing up ahead, saved by Davis with the pads. Goalie will pick that up. Simpson and digs it out, but it's gone up ice for the Bears, and they've got possession.
Just that cohesion at the moment that's just not there with the North Stars, and the Bears are certainly finding gaps all over the place. Again, so clean out of their own zone.
Lost the stick, has Hamish Powell. He's gone back to get it. Fortunately for him, plays stalled at the benches. Gautier, that last goal, well, it wasn't the last goal scorer, the previous goal scorer. Simpson with the puck. Looks inside. That's gone off the skate of Hamish Powell. That's broken up the play. Through the screen, no problem for Anthony Kimlin, who will play the puck. The Bears fans are having a great time tonight. It's going well for them.
Yeah, just little things, just the little percentage points are just going so well for the Bears. Just because of the way they're playing now, they're putting a lot of pressure on the North Stars. The North Stars are trying to find different things, like that long pass then, which has led to the icing. But they're trying to do little things a little bit differently so they can break up this Bear pressure, because it just keeps coming at them and at them and at them at the moment.
Face-off will be to the left of Dane Davis. Sent out of the box. Shot through the screen. Yeah, get out of the way of two real clear shots. They hurt. Chipped out by Timmy Stanger.
Well, I'd say Timmy would be having a regular shift now with Banger out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I expect so. Malloy has the puck. He's got wearing with him, but it's gone out of the zone. And down to Kimlin's end. We know the lead now for the Bears, so they've picked up two in quick succession here in the second period. Naden on the puck. Goes inside as to shake off a forecheck. Back to the blue line. Matt Lindsay with the puck.
Yeah, it's good forechecking pressure this time by the North Stars. Unfortunately, that puck didn't immediately catch anyone, so they've been able to break out again, the Bears.
Thomas Stephen backhand. Stopped by Davis. Real Clear wants to stir things up a bit. He's got a big smile on his face. And getting some hands in on some of the players down there.
But this is exactly what the Bears have been doing very, very well. Forget the almost kerfuffle we had. I'm talking more about the fact that they're coming into the net and they're putting pressure on Davis by coming hard to the net. That play previously we had, and the North Stars came over the Bears blue line, and Powell, second player in, just needed to go hard to the net, put pressure on Kimlin. He came across, the puck hit his skate, the whole play broke down. There's those little just 1%ers that just aren't quite working at the moment. They're just not going the way of the North Stars. But they've got to put pressure on Kimlin. If they don't, game's going to just continue the way it's going. And that can't be allowed to happen. They're down 3-0. They've got to turn it around. And the people in the stands here, the people that come here to watch, they want to see something happening as well too. They want to make sure that we get back into this game and put some pressure on the Bears.
Some more work on the net there, down at Kimlin's end. And it's North Stars in 2 periods of the game. Right now it's his. Face off to the right of Davis. Won by the Bears. Law can't get the puck away. It's out of the zone. It's Rick into the zone. Hands it off for Southwood. Shot on net. Goes now behind and to the point. Stopped there by Ferrari. Flies on net. Stopped by Kimlin. In front. Plays it backhand. Kimlin's got it. 8:08 left in the second.
Good cycle there by the North Stars to keep the pressure going so they could get that opportunity. And they did a really good job to get a shot away. But again, just not quite enough pressure on Kimlin, so he was able to glove that quite comfortably. We just had it confirmed that Sammy Banger is in civvies. He's not dressed anymore, so he's obviously out of this game.
Playing with 3 inputs in, and he's only in for the maybe 1 or 2 shifts in this game before he's off ice. So hopefully he's feeling better soon. Shot on net. Off a stick and high up into the crowd behind the netting.
Great face-off win by Drew Lay, and brilliant shot there by Bert Malloy. That's the kind of bang that we need.
Bears sent around the boards. Tapped down. All Stars under some pressure, as they have been most of the game. Bears forecheck still sparkling. Down by Gautier. And tossed in. Claire tries to center it. Cut off by Matt Lindsay. Backhand. Buda.
Kyle Clare has been very active tonight. He's been involved in everything.
Yeah.
He obviously wants to make himself noticed out there.
No passengers tonight for the Bears. Long pass. Misses the man. Out to play it is Kimlin. He's gambling a little bit, but he has made it successfully around Richie Tesserick. Trying to get a shot away the North Stars, but the Bears, checking
Ferrari,
again.
Unfortunately, just a weak shot.
Couldn't let, well, he had a stick on his stick. Couldn't get any power on it. The defender was doing the job.
He sure was.
You got the crowd starting to cheer him on. They want to get some action into the North Stars. They'll need some help tonight. Down by 3, down some key players. And they're going to need to battle. Jaden
Nice
Ryan
play,
shakes off a
Jaden
check.
Ryan.
Into the zone. Hands it off. Driving the net. And Simpson can't finish. He's had some good D there. Puck is loose. Kept in by Phillips. Flies towards net. It's behind the net.
You can see how compressed the Bears are. And that's why the North Stars aren't getting shots away. Well, doing such a great job protecting the house.
Davis stays in his crease, hoping for icing, and he does get that. So we're going back to the Bears' end.
This is going to be a big face-off. I mean, there's 5 minutes 33 to go still in the game. North Stars down 3-0, but now they've got an opportunity to put some pressure on Kilman. They've got the line out there with Droulet. Pardon me.
Phillips was keen. I think he's tired, and he's out there double shifting.
Well,
so
he is, because it's an offensive face-off. This is the opportunity.
Bears have it. On the boards, and that's out of play, so we'll stop and resume with another face-off.
Yep. And so again, keeping this pressure is so important. Again, Malloy's out there. Simpson's out there. Everyone that can contribute is out there. Pat Naden's out there. So they really need this face-off now. They need to build towards this and score a goal in this next 5 minutes.
They really want a goal before this period ends to keep themselves in this game.
Phillips, boy, he wants it.
He does. He's very dynamic, and he does put in a big effort. Simpson now. There's the fence once again breaking it up. Phillips waits, has it stolen away. Phillips wasn't happy with it. He thought he was interfered with.
Well, it certainly was a bit of a tickle on his hands. So if I was in his shoes, I'd be questioning as well.
Well, Joe Meyer's not been calling many at all, and I don't mind if it's called. Don't call many at all on both sides. What you don't want is one side getting most of the calls. But what that level is, I mean, not all possible penalties should be called, otherwise you wouldn't have any game. But
correct.
What that level is up to the referee. As long as they're consistent, that's what we
They're leaving Drolet out there as well too. Trying to get something happening with him, but unfortunately lost the puck. Here come the Bears.
We've got a tied North Stars line too. Shot saved by Davis. Ferrari waits for Drolet. New mark. Benjamin shot is high. Gautier. Simpson been out a long time. New mark. Onto Drolet. Takes a shot. Saved by Kimlin. Where the pads into the corner. Maybe some guys, tired guys, looking for a change here.
Yeah, this line stayed on for a long, long time.
Some of these guys have double shifted. Lindsay's replaced Trey Phillips now. Ferrari. Lift down low to get it. Ferrari, Southwood, and Lindsay holding them out at the moment. Bears are able to use all their lines. Teams getting a shift. North Stars have got a bit of a short bench now, and it's been shortened tonight. Close, Tesserick is bouncing around. Can't get a shot. He does get a backhand, but it's a weak one, and no comment for Kimlin. Kimlin can't freeze it. It's loose, but lead out to neutral ice. Trey Phillips now into that zone. Back on the ice. Bounced off the board by Haynes. Picked up there by Tesserick. No. Can't hold on to it. Phillips sends it into the corner. Sure, he's feeling a bit frustrated. He hasn't been able to connect, and it's a bit hard with all these lines being broken up. frozen by Davis. Stopper play, 3:11 left in the second. It's 3-0 Bears.
Well, when the 1%ers aren't working for you and the Bears are putting on the pressure that they are putting on, it's very, very hard to beat that and come back. But the only way to do it is by getting the puck on Kimlin. 1 shot, 3-1, 2 shots, 3-2. I mean, it's the way the game builds. And right now, with the North Stars, the cohesion just not quite there, getting the puck down the ice.
Bears deep in the North Stars zone. Dude goes wide, gets it up to the top of the circles, waits, fakes. Shot inside, saved by Davis. Gets the rebound.
Yeah, Davis had that quite comfortably. And again, Davis hasn't had a bad game at all. I mean, he's just been very unlucky on that third goal, extremely unlucky on that third goal. But he's been good so far tonight. Just what hasn't happened is we haven't put the pressure down on Kimlin. North Stars haven't put the pressure on Kimlin so that we can actually start building and cutting back the lead.
Face-off was to the right of Davis in the North Stars end. Bears win that. Shot through the screen, saved by Davis. Thomas Stephen was right there, but Ferrari had him tied up.
Good play there by the Bears to get that shot away. ANC and having lots of pressure in front of Davis. But again, Davis was very, very, very comfortable with the shot.
Hopefully Sammy's back for next weekend. I don't know if Gary Doria might be making a call this week. Hey Dom, you feel like coming back to Australia for a bit?
The surfing's good, mate. Remember? The surfing's good.
He was having a great time when he had his rest, but he's back skating, we've seen. And I'm sure he'd love to be back here. Hopefully it's just a minor setback for Sammy. Spinning around, Brooker. He's got too many blue jerseys to deal with though. And the pass goes to Drelay. He's got to get around Brian Foons. He's going wide. Pass inside is cut off by the Bears, and they fire it back up ice. That'll be icing on the Bears. Just over 2 minutes left, but there will be a face-off in the Bears' end.
Yeah, look, if I was the Bears, I'd be doing this as well too. Why not? I mean, you got a 3-0 lead. Just throw it down the ice, wear out the North Stars. It's clever play. What the North Stars have to do right now is get a goal. I know it sounds stupid, but just getting that one goal can build momentum so quickly.
Looks like the Adelaide Adrenaline up 3-2 against the Melbourne Ice. So well done to them. Michael's loose, fired by Trey Phillips into the boards for his teammates to collect. Needed a bit of space to get organised. Malloy with it right now. He's going to the option of Southwood up the right wing. Southwood moves it forward. It's off the skates of Waring, and it's better to pass it to the stick, usually. Tim Newmark has the puck. This pass also the skates, but that went better for the Bears into the attacking zone. Gauthier looking inside, and Trey Phillips gets a touch on it, so Brian Foons can't connect at the far side. Malloy now rushing. He'll probably take a shot himself. He does.
Oh, good shot.
He just wanted a shot on it, and he gets it, and ties up Anthony Kimlin for a moment, and we're going to face off the Bears.
Great captain play there. I mean, if you're going to lead from the front, that's the way to do it. Take that puck down and put a great shot there on Kimlin. Kimlin in the end covered it up okay. There's no goal came from it, but I mean, that's the sort of pressure that needs to be put on him. So let's see if the captain is leading it. This next play.
Face off to the right of Anthony Kimlin. 1:21 left in this period. Quick backhander, and Kimlin turns it aside. It's into the corner. Yes, it's bouncing down for Jaden Ryan to try and knock down. He gets some help from Lindsay and gets it into the Bears zone. Pass inside, Bears takes a shot. Davis with a save. Driving the net a little bit there.
That was a really good defensive play there by Dave Ferrari to handle the 2-on-1. Now it looks like there's a call coming against the Bears. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure because there was one of the Bears just got a bit bloodied in the mouth there, Ratcliffe.
Yeah, he does.
But it might have been after he already owned something, so I think he drove the net perhaps. I was busy watching the play up against the ice in front of us.
Yeah, it might be coincidentals here actually. Looks like we've got
Matthew Lindsay is also headed there unless he's going to ask some questions. No, the door's open for him.
Yeah, he's going to ask a question. Can you open the gate, please?
Looks like Lewis is Lewis in there today?
That's Ratcliffe, I think.
No, there's Lewis.
Sorry.
In the box.
Yep,
no, it's one of our other ex-North Stars. That is the original North Stars. So Sean Lynch is in the box tonight. No Lewis Watini. Played in the juniors for the original North Stars. You played for Steve.
The original juniors?
Well, I'm talking about the original North Stars.
Yeah.
He played in their
He
junior
played
squad.
in the junior team, correct. Yeah. Yep. Good little player back there in the day, very quick.
He burned me many times in the local leagues. Shot on net by Malloy is high.
Lucky.
North Stars battling for the puck down deep in the Bears zone. Malloy trying to steal between some legs.
Well
He does.
done,
Gets it to Malloy. Little apparel that's bouncing around, and there's out. That pass is nicely cut off by Trey Phillips. Gaultier there, wetting. Malloy happy to let him take pole position. More bumps on the glass. And Asleep spins around, gets it back to his D-man, D partner. 23 seconds remaining in the second. Still 3-0 Bears. Gaultier looks inside, gets a nice pass. Can't get it directed on net, and Malloy did stop the man, but he did collect on Annesley.
One of those players that just doesn't mind getting under your skin, letting you know that he's out there on the ice. So he's got to do whatever he can do to get the referee to notice what's going on. If that means doing what he did, he's going to do what he did.
Worked. He's put Malloy in the box. So no lead for the Bears. They have the power play. We've also got some coincidentals. They shouldn't affect play too much, although the North Stars are quite short on defence at the moment. And we've got two defensemen in the box. That's the period. So, after 2 periods, it's definitely the Sydney Bears game. They are leading 3-0 against the Newcastle Northstars, and they've had the better of the play. The most important part is when you score the goals.
Well, that's right. I mean, we talked about the fact that they definitely led the first period and deserved their 1-0 lead. I can tell you right now, they definitely deserve the 3-0. They've just been so good out there. Very unlucky for the North Stars, the third goal that went. Davis lost it, somehow bounced his shoulder, bang, back in the net. Totally a fluke goal.
Go well for you when you're going well.
Yeah, exactly right. It just seems to be, again, one of those games where the little 1%ers just aren't going for the North Stars. If a guy's got to go left, he's going right. If a puck's got to bounce, it's not. I mean, normally that also happens because the opposition allows you to play a certain way, and the Bears have done a wonderful job from the very first drop of the face-off at the first period of putting pressure on the North Stars and taking away the North Stars game. So they've played a great game tonight. They deserve the 3-0 lead.
I think the Bears will take a bit from this because North Stars are 3-0 so far in this matchup. This is probably the last one, and the chances are pretty high, 50% or more, that these are the two teams that will play in the other second semi-final from the Brave.
Yep.
So I don't know how much of a preview it is. It will depend on the health of Thomas Lander, Simi Banga, and those key players that North Stars would hope to have back. If the Bears get Schlam back, because he, like Thomas Lander, is a leader for them. He's a driver. He's such a big, strong, fit guy, and he loves getting in front of the net. And he's a big part of their game. So, it'll be interesting how much this means in the long run. But for now, these two teams have a great battle. But it's the Bears' night.
Oh, it's definitely the Bears' night.
The North Stars have turned this one around.
It is. We've talked about really, and Matthew Lindsay talked about it between the first and second period. It's getting pressure that has to happen, and it's just not happening at the moment.
Not enough.
You can see that they come in, the guy's not going hard to the net to cause uncertainty in the defense, cause uncertainty in front of the net. It's just not happening. They're coming across the line together as a unit, not actually trying to set anything up. They're trying to just maybe somehow float into a triangle so that maybe somehow get a shot away. That's somehow maybe ain't going to get in there hard, put pressure on Kimlin, unsettle him, move him around, use things like that. And look, I'm sure Kennedy has talked to the North Star players about it. It's absolutely positive he's done. The issue is getting them. You can talk about it. The issue is getting them to do it.
North Stars, I know they're struggling with defence at the moment, so Paddy Ward's out at the moment.
Yes.
Trey Phillips is still in the cold, but he's putting in big minutes, so he's given everything he's got.
He's a great player. He's such a dominant player when he wants to be out on the ice. I mean, he can move the puck well. He's got great foot speed. He's got wonderful hockey IQ. So he's very dangerous when he's out on the ice. At the moment, just watching his body language during this game, he's just a bit sort of caught up in the refereeing and the things that are happening to him. He had a nice one across the hands that didn't get called. He just got an elbow just then that didn't get called. So he's really got to focus on his game. I mean, I know it's so easy to focus on what the referee's doing, but you really got to focus on your game.
Well, North Stars really need him. So
yeah,
hopefully we can do something with him. So we don't have an interview coming up for this break, so we'll sign out for now. We're going to catch you guys for the third period after a dozen minutes or so. Yeah, the Bears, though, leading 3-0 against the Newcastle Northstars. A long way for the Northstars to come back. Catch you soon. work anymore. Welcome back, everyone, to Hunter Ice Skating Stadium. The visitors, the Sydney Bears, are leading 3-0 against the Newcastle Northstars. They haven't read the script, Steve.
It's a masterclass by the Sydney Bears. You can remember I also played for the Sydney Bears as well as the Northstars, right? So you got to have a bit of
Gary too.
Yeah, toe in each foot out there today, but toe in each.
In each pool, in each shoe.
Shoe. That's the
Thanks,
word.
Michael.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, that's exactly right. So it's really been a great game for the Bears, and if you're a Bears fan, you would have loved what you've seen tonight. They've been fast, they've been quick, they've been putting pressure on the Northstars, not allowing the Northstars to play in their own barn at all. So you'd have to be very, very happy with that game. With the Northstars, it's just
nothing's going right for them.
Just the little things, you know, getting in each other's road sometimes when they don't want to be. Just the breakout is not clean tonight at all, and that's because of the pressure that the Bears have been putting on. But it's just not allowing the Northstars to build any momentum and get going. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Kennedy has talked to them about between the periods, and if there's any subtle changes to the difference. Difference in their game. They unfortunately have to kill this penalty for another minute, so they're going to, not a great way to start the period, being down on a power play, on a penalty kill.
There's majority of a penalty to go. I think 150, 149, the one to Bert Malloy, and the other one is coincidental. Now, Semi Bangers, we know we're not expecting him back this period, so the Northstars will be without their top goal scorer. Asked around, and it's precautionary. So they're having him off precautionary. He's just tweaked something, and just to make sure he doesn't aggravate it, they're having him off ice.
That lower body injury?
No, yes, no.
Okay, good.
Short on details, and go with that.
Well, Northstars, let's see what pressure we can put on. Let's kill this for a minute, and then let's play 5
4
on
on
5.
3. So they weren't coincidental. Wide pass, goes past Annesley. It puts the Bears offside. So they'll have a face-off, which helps the Northstars a little bit as they try and kill this penalty.
Well, that was 12 seconds of it that they killed, so well done. Another 49 seconds to go.
Face-off, and Northstars force it back. They're fine with that. So this is one of their new players. It was Guyanais. So it's a very French name. Look like Guyanais. Guyanais. And he's wearing 77 for them. Pass to the top of the circle to Gauthier. Guyanais. Fakes. Gauthier back to Guyanais. Gauthier. Shot off the heel. Doesn't get any power on that one. Trey Phillips sends it around the boards, and that's because Mr. Gauthier needs a new twig.
Right, stick on that.
Snap it in half. They're sitting up in front. Davis down low to cover. His defense has it though. Bounced it off the boards, and of course, doing a penalty. There's another 40 seconds or so of that, so there's no icing on them. Ratcliffe now. Left wing. Back to Ratcliffe up the middle. He's going to take it wide, look inside to the point. That was Annesley. He'll get it back. Too many passes for the Bears.
Oh, look, the Northstars will be loving this. There's no pressure at all.
Fake. Annesley gets it down low. Nearly time for Bert Malloy to get back on. He'll be looking for a check as soon as he gets on.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds.
He'll be stewing there. He'll be ready to get out and bang somebody. Only killed. And here
well
he
done,
comes.
Northstars.
Loy. He's going to go change. And Matt Lindsay will come on for him. Lindsay now. Pops that forward. They go back. Who's Gauthier? Sending the play back the other way. Chance. Shoots. And Udis hits it a little high and wide. But there was space there for a puck.
That was great play there by the Bears. They split the Northstars defense really, really well as they were in the middle of a change. So a good heads-up play there by Gauthier to actually get that opportunity.
Face-off will be to the left of Dane Davis. So we've got some interesting scores around the league. And once at the end of the second period, the Adelaide Adrenaline were leading the Mustangs 3-2, but now it's 3-3. So we'll see what happens there in the third period. But a bit of life down there in Adelaide. They're enjoying that game. And it was 1-1 also with the Brave and Ice. So we'll see also that happens. I think, said to Gary, I thought that the Brave in the third period would be very hard to beat in the third. They have the ability to turn it on big time. But we'll see. All the best to the Ice. And, of course, the other game, the Ice Dogs are leading the Thunder 4-2 in Sydney.
Wow.
So, chance for the Ice Dogs. Well, they've got a sniff. They're lifting at the moment.
Well, they got the points against Newcastle last night, so
they did.
They certainly would feel they have momentum.
Thomas Stephen with the puck. He's going to fake the right wing. He's cut off by Hamish Powell. So North Stars are setting up. Simpson, close, tries to get it backhand away or something to Drolet. Drolet will pick up the scraps. To the point, shot on net, and a save by Kimlin. A quick rebound attempt there by Powell.
Brilliant play by Drolet to see Malloy coming on the ice then from the shift and give him the chance to take the one-timer. It just came to the short side on Kimlin. Probably needed to go to the far side because Kimlin had already taken that post away. So, but really, really great hockey IQ there.
Off will be to the right of Kimlin. He didn't like Hamish Powell's little backhand there. I guess that means that Hamish Powell didn't have the puck because he was chatting to him as he went away. Vlad Rubes. Still good. And 9 this year, Vlad Rubes.
Well, he's done exactly what his team needs him to do. Get the face-off down on the North Stars end 200 feet away from his own goal. So
he's been coach of the Bears, he's been coach of the Ice Dogs, he's been captain, he's been
an Australian coach.
Yep. And he's been in the AHL as long as there's been an AIHL. 2000, I think he started with the Bears or earlier. He was definitely playing for the Bears when they came here in 2001 with the exhibition game against the Adelaide Adrenaline. That was my first AHL game.
And still winning face-offs. Unbelievable.
Wasn't the Adrenaline pardon me, it was the Adelaide Avalanche.
Yeah.
All Stars bump the man off the puck. Bears don't keep him in the zone, but they do control. Ryan Foons gets it to his man, Vlad Rubes. And first to the puck, though, is the North Stars. It's 11 or 10. And Waring backhands it. Naden can't advance it. He does, but it's going straight back to Ryan Annesley. Annesley, long pass.
No, it's just the Bears' pressure that's not allowing the North Stars to get moving.
Bears happy to dump it in the corner there, Steve. See that? Happy to dump in the corner, make the North Stars chase, get it clean, and chain.
Well, absolutely. They're ahead 3-0. All times on their side.
North Stars have to take the risks, and of course, when you take risks, you're likely to score blowout. Chance is shot on net and saved by Kimmel with the pad. No problem. Long pass gets past Gauthier, and he'll have a race in the corner. Lindsay tags him as he dispatches the puck against the boards. Lindsay reverses that. It's a pass the Bears. More checkers. Jen Ryan. That's right, into the zone. Fired by Southwood. Kimlin puts it aside. Newmark pushes it out between his skates and sends it up ice. In the corner. Bears try centre, it goes through and out the other side. Pinball match down there, Davis's net. Bouncing, and Tesserick can't steal it from Annesley. He'll dump it into the North Stars end. First to it.
It looks like North Stars are just trying to stretch Richard Tesserick here at the moment, just try and get something happening.
Shot on net, saved by Davis. Loose. He's got it. 15:29 left in the third. Still 3-0 lead for the Bears.
Yeah, I like that from JFK, trying something a little bit different, throwing a guy down the ice, trying to split the defense for the Bears so they've got, instead of being parallel, they're perpendicular, so you have more chance of actually getting past them and through them. So it's good that they're trying something a bit different, and they need to try something a bit different.
Pretty soft to the left of Dane Davis with 15:29 left in the third. All Stars have the puck. Don't have the puck anymore. Goalie couldn't get a handle on that, honestly. They send the Bears up the left wing. Goalie gets back onto it. He really needs someone to pass to him so he can break into the Bears zone. Pushes it ahead of himself, and the Bears send it back.
Yeah, Relay more than anyone would be missing the fact Sammy Banger's not out on the ice.
Yeah, Sammy is really magic at carrying that puck and getting it into the attacking zone. Let Strolle allowed to roam and get into the danger area. Around the boards. Bounces off the sideboards. Newcastle breakout, broken up. And Maiden can't carry it cleanly through. Duda gets it back to Thomas Stephen. Quick shot on net by Brooker. It's loose in front. Saved by Davis. The net is off. 14:30 left in the period.
Yeah, and this is those little things that happen then. I mean, Hamish Powell did a brilliant job of stopping that puck then and blocking it. But the rebound came straight back to the Bears player Gooder, so he was able to continue with putting pressure on Davis. So that's the sort of stuff that's just not quite working for the North Stars tonight. Normally you'd block that shot and then boom, gone the other way, but it's just not happening tonight.
Face-off is in the neutral zone. New mark. His North Stars player has been waved out at Naden. No penalty called though. It happens only if there's a second infringement. He's working the outside. Shot on net and turned aside there into the corner. North Stars pretty much pinned in their end. Haven't been able to get any good clean breaks out of their zone for some time now. Switching now and Waring. And he's got a foot race on with Terrell Clare. Terrell Clare waits as the bounce goes back to Waring. He gets the puck away to Drolet.
Tim Stanger.
Oh, it's Tim Stanger, okay. He looked like 17, it was 11.
Oh, unlucky Ferrari.
Ferrari couldn't get that shot away. He's got to double back because the Bears got a 2-on-1. Gauthier, Ratcliffe. Gauthier now with the puck. Man prone. Save there by Davis. Ferrari jumped in front of the puck.
Ferrari did a wonderful job sacrificing everything by throwing himself in front of that.
I think he took one in the ribs.
I think he's taken one in the
uncomfortable.
Correct, in the fingers or something. But then the North Stars then tried that quick breakout straight through the middle to Manwaring to try and split again the Bears' defense. So very clever, just it didn't quite work, that's all. But again, I like the fact that they're trying something different, trying to get a goal.
Maybe, I mean, that'd be ideal where we have Sammy Banger out there, but he's not playing for this game. The rest of it anyway. That's hit Stanger and gone high into the corner. Battle with Matt Lindsay in the corner. Newcastle going to get the scraps there and send it up ice. They do have a breakout and finally into the Bears zone. Shot on net and turned aside by Kimmel with the blocker into the corner. Buda gets through the puck and it goes around past Annesley and Brooker. Trey Phillips has to wait as players get on side. He sends it in deep. Naden calling for it. It's cut off by Foons. Diving Foons there to get to the puck first. Tesserick. Is it for Ryan? Looking for scratch. Shot on net. Good attempt on net. Saved by Kimlin. And some frustration there with Naden and Foons.
Yeah, I just not sure why that's kind of allowed by the referee, because hands were very much in people's faces then, so you would think that there would be something coming out of it, but we're all happy.
No penalties either way.
I do like the way that Pat Naden is putting pressure on Kimlin by being right in his face there around the net, because the rebound finally came. So
Kimlin's been yapping back at him. So
yeah, well, he doesn't like it.
No. Face off. Newcastle have it. With the screen, and it's just wide. Tesserick lets it go past and gets through the blue line. Stolen away from Trey Phillips, so he's going to double back pretty fast. Wadlaw, shot on net. And he waves at it, does Davis, but it's gone high anyway. Newcastle on the attack. Pass to the late man. Tesserick off the skate of Terrell Clare, kept in by Malloy. Tesserick's got Jaden Ryan. He's got Southwood with him.
Another stick in the face there.
Yeah, Jaden Ryan just took a stick in the face of Clare or Rubes. We might as not call him much at all. We're still in the pocket today. Tesserick.
Oh, unlucky Tesserick.
Yeah, couldn't hold on to it, and it's gone back to Clare in the Bears' hand. These two defensemen look like they're dancing. Yep, going the same direction. In there, and Terrell Clare. Chance for the Bears. Shot, scores!
You can see that
4-0 Bears.
You can see that developing.
I did see it developing. Gauthier just getting across. When the North Stars saw it too late, he got the feed and put it away.
Yeah, look, the Bears did a wonderful job of just putting bodies there, and kept outnumbering the North Stars. So in the end, they were going to always get a shot away. It was going to be up to Davis whether he was able to handle it or not. Coach Kaprowski is very happy.
Once again, Gauthier has picked the corner, so Pat Naden saw him too late, as did Goalie. Gauthier picked that far corner. It was a good shot.
Well, as I said, just a wonderful job of outnumbering the North Stars all the time, so there was always going to get a guy free in front of the net to shoot the puck. A really good game by the Bears. I haven't really seen them play brilliantly in all the games I've seen them play this year, but this has really been a classic.
Yeah, it's been the best one we've seen. Goes into the attacking zone. For another one. OTA scored 2. It's it on net. And it's a dog pile down around the net, and they're celebrating a goal. It's another goal.
Yeah, looks like it.
5-0 Bears.
The referee's got his finger pointed at the net.
I don't know how you can call it when there's just a mass of bodies there. Can't see the puck.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how this all handled and unrolled.
New marks at the bottom.
How it all unraveled.
Can't really see how it scored. It's at the far end.
Obviously, the referee believed that the puck was still loose and was able to play at it. The Bears are celebrating. Our referee is asking the linesman to come over so he can discuss it, what they saw, before he actually makes a full commitment. The North Stars are relatively convinced it didn't go in.
I did see it come out, but the question is, was it forced down by Nick Markman was already... See, Jeremiah was behind the play, so it could have been frozen. But he was behind the goal, so he might have seen that.
Oh, as I said, he obviously saw the puck. He allowed it to continue.
Yeah,
and he's happy. It's in the net. It's a goal. It's 5-0 for the Sydney Bears against the Newcastle Northstars.
Our wheels are coming off a bit. I don't think North Stars are going terrible, but definitely not getting any rolls.
Bounce for them tonight. And I mean, that's another perfect example. I mean, probably any other game, any other night, that would have been blown down by the referee and the play wouldn't have been continued. But he was able to see the puck, let the play continue, and the goals in the
It did come loose, and Bears were there and put it away. So definitely not North Stars night in many ways.
Well, they're playing for pride now. They really need to get a goal, at least one.
They do.
If that helps build momentum, wonderful, but they just need to get one.
Malloy will definitely want some pride in this. He plays a pride game. That's Rick. It's Foons down low. So Parkinson so Duda will pick it up. Fired down ice, and Trey Phillips is going to have to try and beat Brooker to the puck. He does, and sends it around with the reverse. Malloy. Or just out into neutral ice. Backs it off the boards. Frozen at the blue line. Newcastle come away with it. Lots of white jerseys to take it away. Down from high. And also heading back again. And that's the stopped play.
Yeah, you can see boys sticks on hips, hands on hip. They're a very, very tired bunch of North Stars, and I guess part of that is the mental frustration of not being able to get your game going in such a wonderful performance by the Sydney Bears.
Thrown down ice. Some arm swing at that one. Pat Naden's not done. He just takes a shot, and that was a diving tackle there by Claire on Naden. It's got and it has been called, and Ferrari's not happy with that, and he wants a piece of Terrell Clare. That was like a diving tackle on him, and Ferrari's not going to get his flag because the Lionies are determined to break it up. Aaron Lampard, which is Terrell Clare's father-in-law, is getting into Dave Ferrari. I don't think Dave cares much about him.
Very animated, very, very animated. Good on Ferrari. Because that was a very, very ugly hit. It'll be interesting to see what the call's going to be in the end.
Claire's headed to the box, as is Ferrari. There's a 2-minute penalty on Claire at the moment.
I'd be surprised if it's not a 2 and a 10, but we'll see what happens from the call as the referee figures it all out. Talking to Ainsley there, one of the assistant captains, the Bears.
That name's okay.
Which is good, I'm glad to hear that.
Well,
no, that was an ugly.
It'd be another thing to go wrong for the North Stars.
Yeah.
No?
So it looks like they both had 2 minutes each. Oh no, it looks like is it Haynes? Yeah, Michael Haynes.
There's another Haynes is heading into the box, so there's a personal penalty of some sort. Actually, the penalty's been taken off for. Oh, that's Ferrari's penalty.
So the North Stars looks like have the power play, 5-on-4.
Freddie Phillips with a shot, it's loose. Bounce at the back of the neck there. Simpson battling for it. Trying to get a shot. This is a chance for North Stars to get some pride in, get a goal. Past Kimlin. Not an easy job when he's on fire. Simpson shovels it off the boards. Going to walk the blue line. Gets it back to Phillips. He'll send it down low for Pat Naden. Got up okay after that hit. So I guess it was either a boarding or for some reason it was called a 10 minutes.
I've definitely given 2 and 10. And you have to be boarding.
Simpson in front, in close.
Oh, unlucky.
Drives across the blue paint and Kimlin was up to it. Puck is out of the zone. Loose, Newcastle onto it first. Maiden trying to get to Simpson and set up in front of the net. Ray Phillips now to Drolet. Takes a shot and Kimlin's got it with the glove. It's loose though, and Simpson will pick up behind the net. Maiden will try and no, he's going to take the puck. Malloy out on the point. He's going to get it now. Across to Phillips. It's collapsing in nice and tight in this box. Phillips going to drive through the paint, takes a shot.
Unlucky.
Couldn't get it past Kimlin, who was up to his tricks. Moving across, got him off. Gets to do it, and Alvarez will get it out of the zone. 13 seconds left in the power play. LTA shakes off a hit, and they're offsides. And a stop of play with 8:09 left. 5-0 lead for the Bears.
Yeah, look, a good power play there by the North Stars. They moved the puck around a lot. They didn't get as many shots away. There was only one in that, but I mean, they moved the puck well, so they're obviously being able to control it. The thing is getting the shot. That's where the goals are going to come from.
It's off in the neutral zone by the North Stars, but Bears grab it. Rocker. Boards. Nicely long dump in, I guess. And Lindsay waved at it, so they're not causing icing. It's back. And Ryan out on the left wing. We're going to go up the middle, now to the left wing. Waring looks off stick check from Foons. Shot from Tesserick into the glove of Kimlin with a stop of play. 7:34 left.
Tesserick just shaking his head then. He knows that Kimlin had that all the way, and Kimlin was like about a metre outside the blue paint, so he was taking all the angle away from Tesserick totally, so you take that save. North Stars going to be a bit short of defence now with Ferrari off as well. They only had 4.
Yep, down to 3. It's off through the screen, and that's really taken out the gear in there. Number 77 for the Bears.
Love the French accent there too.
Ratcliffe is inside, nice move. Gets around Malloy, who's getting a bit tired, I think.
Malloy's played a lot of minutes this game.
They sure have, especially now that it's down to 3. They had 4 for most of this game. Eddie Ward gets well soon. Do miss his presence. Cliff comes about. Nice button hook. Connect, but Bears don't need to do much. They're just, at the moment, trying to protect him as goose egg.
Well, Lindsay went down to 1-on-3 then. It's always difficult. There's Strivet.
Haynes with the puck off his knees, can't get the shot away. Waring up in mid-ice. Get wide. Saric close. Can't get the shot away from Waring, and the Bears are on the counter. Zito, long pass.
Yeah, looks
Let's
like
get a lot of minutes now, Adrian. He's
actually Shane
been around a long time.
Southwood is playing defence for the North Stars now.
I think I suppose been playing about as long as there's been the AIHL. I think it started. I know it's playing at least about 2004,
yeah.
2005. I actually watched him play in UK. Went to UK in 2009.
Okay.
He was playing for the Bristol Bulldogs where I was visiting, so I got to see him play, in the lower divisions of the UK League.
He's been a great journeyman for the AIHL, certainly for the Bears.
Mike Schlamp played for the AIHL in 2002 for the North Stars. He originally came to play for the North Stars in our first year, but he didn't play for a few years after that, but resumed playing around about the time that they went all the way in 2007. Yuma with the screen. She was trying to hit Brooker through one of the defensemen of the North Stars. North Stars now trying to get through neutral zone. Simpson doubles back and can't get a clean shot away as the Bears are too tight in their defence, and it's still 5-0.
And the North Stars are too tired in their skating legs because just poor old Droulet just could not burst through on that, and he just turned immediately to go to the bench. He's had enough, there's no doubt about that.
He's put in plenty of effort. He's been on the puck quite a lot.
Well, you can't complain about the North Stars' effort tonight. There's no doubt that they've had wonderful effort. They've really tried hard, but just the Bears have been too good. The Bears have really dictated the game right from the word go.
Keserick never gives up, and he's at full speed still. Bears have the puck though. They're down low on the North Stars' end. Still have possession. North Stars separate the man from the puck. Can't get it clean. Oh, they do slap it down ice, and it's a real knuckle puck. It will get across now, and they have blown it down as icing.
Good race there for Timmy Stanger. Unfortunately, not quite the foot speed they used to have. Wasn't able to chase that down, but hey, he's only been back for such a short time.
Yeah.
Sure, the fitness is going to take a little while.
Brian Foonsman's pretty good. Still having a friendly chat. They've known each other for years, playing New South Wales leagues.
Yeah. Played against each other for years and years.
Yeah. Probably with each other a few times too.
That'll be icing as well.
No, it's not been blown, so honestly, first to it, he's got Stanger on his 6. It's going to go in middle lane now. It takes a shot, gloved down by Dane Davis with 5:05 left in the period, and it's 5-0 score.
Yeah, it looks like the North Stars are running out of ideas now, just throwing the puck down the ice, maybe getting an icing, maybe
just
not.
Just running the clock at this stage,
Yep.
hoping maybe to get one past Inland. That's probably the best that they can hope for.
Well, that's what you'd like to see. I'm sure as a player sitting on their bench in the next 5 minutes to get at least one past him, but they're not bragging about the shutout.
Big shot off the face-off and turned aside by Davis. Bears trying to get it back. Newcastle, as they have done, struggling to get a clean breakout. They do now, and into the attacking zone. It's rolling off the stick of Midwari. And Terrell Clare back on, so I don't know if he had a 10. It wasn't 12 minutes total.
Probably is. It must have been a double minor.
And there we go. Newcastle will pick that off the skates, but it's loose and just bouncing around everywhere at the moment. Pretty messy hockey. It's offside for another stop of play. 4:24 left in the third.
Yeah, once again, Bears, congratulations. It's just such a great masterclass. Coach Kaprowski has done a wonderful job setting this game up and getting the boys to play the way that he realises that they need to play if they want to beat the North Stars.
His plan is working tonight. Newcastle into the attacking zone. Simpson has a look. Shot is wide, or maybe he was looking for Naden inside the net. Goalie has it now. Turn it on. Two guys in front. Swiping out of Simpson. Goalie will get to it, but it's going to be out of the zone. Newcastle with the puck. Shot by Naden is high.
That was almost a hit in the back going too.
No, it was Simpson, pardon me. Just a bit high, but it had plenty of heat on it.
That should be a... Okay. Bears got away with that. That was definitely into the netting.
So the dream didn't last for the Adelaide Adrenaline. The Mustangs are up 8-3 now. So it's gone from 3-2 Adrenaline to 8-3 Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs are doing a really great push towards the playoffs. We'll see how they end up these next few weeks.
And Ryan will try and get it back to his teammates, but Southwood is in front of the net. And a lot of other support. OTA picks it up. Scored a bunch already. Kent. And that's cut off by North Stars defense. Pass on the counter attack. It's up. That's the wrong guy. It's Rick at the far post. It's up out of play off the stick of the defender. They stop a play with 3:10 left in it.
Yeah, and you're right, Peter. It was for the wrong player. And I mean, this is the kind of things that when things aren't going your way, sometimes do happen. I mean, Ryan was really the player they needed to give the puck to. He was in a better position and would have a better opportunity to get the shot away. At least the North Stars are in the Bears zone, so they can put pressure on them.
Sure, but Ice are ahead of the Brave. You won.
That would be a turn up in the book,
Wouldn't it? Then we're seeing what unexpected can happen here tonight as well. Gauthier. Wide. Back. Has to go to his man coming in late. Boons keeps it in the zone. Down to less than 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. They're still really controlling the play for the most part. Gauthier button hooks.
Nice skill.
Tesserick.
Nice.
When everything's going for you just get the confidence that things work.
Absolutely.
Skate. Goalie, not happy. He wants to go and score a goal. But it's hard even for someone with that skill to do it all on your own.
You can't do it all on your own, no.
You've got to have someone to help feed you or you feed them, and that's what's been working for him so well this year. Goalie now. They go around Claire. I mean, that's Simpson right now. Draw left chase is the trailer. Simpson bumped off the puck. Zito and Ferrari. Ferrari back on ice. Wardlaw shakes loose and gets a shot away, but it's blocked away. It was going wide there by Davis. Under 2 minutes remaining in the game. North Stars will be happy to see the end of it.
Yes, I'll be asking questions to the ref, like, can you please just put your whistle away, sir? So we can just go into the dressing room and go home.
Let's go home.
Yeah, nothing quite gone right tonight. Again, the effort has been wonderful for the North Stars, but Bears haven't allowed them to play the game that North Stars are used to playing. Very, very quick transition and putting pressure on the other team. It just hasn't happened tonight.
He's off to the right of Dane Davis. We've got 1:39 left in the game. Shot is turned aside by a skate or two. Worrying, trying to dig it out of the corner. Bears come out with it. Battles for it. Been called, wasn't called. That's all right. Not many calls tonight, and that's all right as long as it's even.
Timmy Stanger put the shot on net. We'll be happy with that.
In the books a bit. Wardlaw. Backhander. Happy to go for a change. All Stars are really too tired. They have had heaps of effort, but not a lot of result tonight. So it's going to be tough for them to get one past Kimlin in this last minute. Out to make a check, and the puck is loose. Up, shot on net by Brooker, and stopped by Davis, and up into the netting with just under 49 seconds remaining.
Yeah, tired's definitely the word, Pete. North Stars are looking very, very tired as they go out there. Not much more to go. There's probably only another shift, 2 shifts in the game. sure Davis will be happy to see the end of this game as well too.
Yeah, it's. I think he's had a great game, but he's had a couple unlucky ones, and just Northstars have just had too much. Well, 3 of those were fairly unlucky.
Wow, it's just so much pressure that's been on.
And there's been a couple of excellent goals by Gautier picking the top corner.
Right.
No, I'd still give Davis probably 8 out of 10 for this one. I think he still played a great game. Southwood. Let's get across to Jaden Ryan coming in. I think he's going to see out the game here. Into the penalty bench for a stop of play. And Bert's unhappy. He was hoping the game would end. Make it stop.
Well, this is a chance to kind of get something happening here for Pride. Win the face-off. Get the shot away. Make Gilman regret the fact that they got a shot away. It's up to Southwood now to win this face-off. And he unfortunately loses it.
Northstars glove it down. They're in Gimlin's end, but not anymore. The puck squeezes loose and it's getting down to it. Ray Phillips, but only down to 12 seconds. But look at the speed of Jaden Ryan. He wants...
There's a couple of nice slashes on their hands.
Nah. This will see it. The Bears now killing the time. This will see out the game. 5-0 win. Comprehensive one for the Bears. And that will see the end of it. Well done, Sydney Bears. It's been your game pretty much... Well, it was for the first minute and a half when they scored. And they've taken this one and put it in the bank.
Well and truly, I mean, the Bears should be so proud of themselves. Coach Kaprowski would be very, very happy with what he's done tonight and what the game plan that he put forward, because it obviously was not good enough for it was good enough for the Bears, wasn't good enough for the Northstars to be able to play their game. So wonderful, fantastic. That's the kind of stuff you want to see happen when you're coaching a team and when you're playing this game. You want to be convincing, and that's what the Bears were tonight. Very convincing.
Yep, they owned pretty much all aspects of the game. They definitely, their forecheck, pinned the Northstars, especially after Sammy Bango pulled out after a couple of shifts. Then it was so much harder for them. They didn't have the ability to carry the play forward. Bears had them pinned. They were clogging up the middle. They're forechecking hard, and their effort and their execution was excellent.
It certainly was. Yeah.
Things went for them as well, which just made the score worse for the Northstars, but it was a Bears game.
Yeah, chemistry is a funny thing, and it just seemed that tonight the Northstars didn't quite have that. You know, they connect between the goaltending to the defense to the forwards, and forwards back to DD, back to goaltending. Just wasn't there. They weren't able to get out of the zone comfortably because of what the Bears were doing. They couldn't enter the zones comfortably. They weren't getting good opportunities, good shots away, good pressure on Kimlin. So, again, congratulations to the Bears. Great game.
Yes, awesome game for them. So going forward, I was just trying to have a look and see what games we have coming up. But I know that the Northstars are going to Perth in a couple of weeks. That'll be a really interesting matchup for them. Hopefully they're over their blues and healthy. Largely will depend on Semi Banga and how he's feeling.
Absolutely.
That will make a big difference for them. And Thomas Lander, of course, is the other one they'll be hoping to get back. But they'll be happy for him to get healthy. North Stars still need a maximum, not a minimum, but a maximum of 8 points to make the final.
Yeah.
So, because the Mustangs they're going to win against the Adrenaline, the game was nearly done. Yep. And the North Stars have picked up no points in the last 2 weekends, so they're still on 44. So still not a terrible season. Was it 7 losses out of 21 games, 22 games?
Oh, it's far from a terrible season. Just at the moment, there's definitely a slump happening. I mean, it's difficult to play the Brave 2 games in a row because the Brave are so good. And I mean, that they're at the moment they are definitely the leader in the competition.
Well, we've got one more against them in Canberra.
Correct. So I mean, that's tough. But I mean, to lose this game tonight and lose the game last night against the Ice Dogs would not have been things that sit well with Coach Kennedy. This little slump is something they've got to get themselves out of, turn it around, and no better way of doing that than scoring a couple of wins, and then all of a sudden everyone's not talking about you losing anymore. Everyone's talking about you winning and how good the chemistry is and all that's happening.
But there could be still some tough times ahead for the North Stars if Sammy Banger's not ready to come back for next weekend. The health of Thomas Lander goes from week to week.
Yep.
They might have some more tough times ahead of them yet before they can pick it up. What they're hoping is that they're okay come mid to late August
Well, to go to Perth and pick up at least 3 points would be wonderful. To get 4 would be even better. 6 is obviously the ultimate, but I mean, I think realistically, with the way they're playing at the moment and with the manpower that's available to them, I think if they were to scramble 3 points there, that'd be pretty good.
It would.
Yep.
Be interesting. I mean, there's a couple of options for JFK and Gary Dore, GM. I mean, there's a couple of rabbits there that you can pull out of that. They've got 6 games to play.
And bring Gavage back.
Dominic Gavage is one.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Zane Jones.
Is he available?
Well, he's not.
Are you just
playing
teasing, or?
No, I'm saying I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's in the realms of possibility.
Right.
And even John Kennedy himself, he suited up last night. He may have to dress and hit the ice in some of these games in case he's needed.
Yeah.
To play himself.
Yeah, true. Yeah, look, great points, because I mean, at the moment they're running with 4 defence only, the North Stars, and that's pretty tough. That's pretty hard to do in this season where there's so much pressure on and so much speed and so much goal scoring around as well too. I mean, really, you want to have 5 good, solid defencemen back
well, that's
there.
the problem. All those guys are forwards.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, Paddy Ward, having him back would be wonderful, and that's what's missing at the moment.
All right, well, Bears night tonight. Congrats to them. Comprehensive win for them, 5-0 against the Newcastle Northstars. That's it from Steve and I. We'll be back for our next home game. But for now, stick around. We're going to switch over to Northstars Live and I'll cover tonight's game. Catch you next time.
Good night, everyone.
Back everyone to North Stars Live. We just wrapped up here, North Stars versus Sydney Bears, and I think that was a game not many people would have guessed the outcome before it had been played. Sydney Bears with a huge 5-0 win, a shutout for Anthony Kimlin. That was a massive game for the Bears.
Massive game for the Bears. Huge win, and the first time this season that the North Stars have been held at bay and not scored. So really big win for them, and a great confidence booster for them for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's the North Stars' 4th game, a 4th loss in a row. So 2 against Canberra Brave last weekend, last night's Ice Dogs game, tonight's Sydney Bears game. So I wonder, what JFK Coach John will say might have gone wrong tonight. It just looked to me, we weren't shooting the puck I'm going to go find out the shots for and against, because just weren't shooting the puck in front of the net.
Yeah.
To dump it to someone else and then the Bears just in there, picking up the scraps, really fighting. We might have been a bit flat tonight. We did have some injuries. There was a couple of guys not playing tonight. Sammy Banger one of the more notable ones, who's out tonight. I believe he has a lower body injury, just to rest him up tonight rather than do any further damage sort of thing. But Tim Stanger was noticeable out there tonight, one of his first games back after his shoulder injury. But yeah, still without Tommy Lander, he's always a force out there. To me, I really enjoyed watching Pat Naden for the North Stars. I thought he gave it his all, but yeah, just couldn't get it done tonight.
Yeah, it was really frustrating to watch. Like you said, it was just lack of shots on goals or accurate shots on goals. So it was just really frustrating to watch that, and knowing what the North Stars are capable of, and then what happened was a little bit frustrating. But look, great win for the Sydney Bears. They just dominated out there.
Yeah,
completely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And a shutout win. I'm not sure if there's been any shutouts so far this season.
I'm not sure.
So that's a big game for Anthony Kimlin. And Kimlin, he's Australia's national goalie. So, he's a great goalie. And, but yeah, getting... Sorry, people off to the side here.
It's all happening.
And his guys in front of him, though, like I said before, just clearing up any scraps that they could find, all those loose shots that he's deflecting, picking them up and just going. So, yeah, really great game for the Bears. Up 1-0 in the first period, then 1-0, then 3-0, and then just 2 extra in that third period there. 5-0 game. And the Bears corner, oh my gosh, the Bears fans going nuts. That was lovely to hear. I love when
fans travel, and it's great to see other fans here in the rink, and really trying to get it together. And get the support there. So it was really nice to have it all there. So yeah, it was really good to hear that. And I think typically, especially last night, the third period we got there was definitely the messiest for the North Stars. And I think whether that were reflected in today's game or not, it'd be interesting to see what JFK has a think about. But right now, we're actually going to speak to Dawn Watt, Deputy Commissioner of the AIHL.
Yeah.
So, get you to leave, Ellie. And Dawn,
I'll hand it over to Dawn.
Sounds good.
See you later, guys.
Dawn Watt, Deputy Commissioner of the AIHL, is coming on to have a chat to us about, the breakdown of this season and, what's been happening and her role. So, we'll just wait for her to come on. Hello. Hi, Dawn. How are you?
I'm well, Mickey. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good.
Dawn, it's really great to have you on the show. And just to speak to you, what's your current role in the AIHL?
So I joined as the head of operations.
Yeah.
So head of operations basically deals with game day hockey.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything from registrations, international transfer cards. The referee portfolio falls under me.
Oh, wow. And so, what's been your experience in hockey?
So my experience with hockey in Australia goes back, probably close to 20 years now. I'm a coach. I'm a referee.
Yep.
I have been in administration as well. I'm currently on the board of Ice Hockey Australia as the National Championships Director.
Yeah.
And we've held World Championships here in Australia, and I was the tournament director of those. And also the AIHL, so the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League. I was the founder and first commissioner of that. Yeah, in 2006, 6. Yep.
Yeah, so you have a lot of experience, and does that help you in your current role?
Absolutely. I think hockey in Australia is a little bit different landscape than people might expect, and being able to understand the different dynamics, the different things that the states are going through with respect to developing Australian players. I think that helps me in my role, and I'm sure, as you know, we had a change in the commissioner shuffle recently, and I've taken on the deputy commissioner role while we look for another commissioner.
Yeah.
So I think understanding Australian hockey is helping.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. And look, not a lot of people know how the commission works. Could you just run us through how it's set up and who has those roles?
So we are a group of volunteers. Some of us have been recruited.
Yep.
Others applied for roles.
Yep.
And we've got a legal commissioner.
Yeah.
We've got a head of sponsorships.
Yeah.
We've got a head of discipline.
Yeah.
Head of marketing.
Yeah.
And head of events.
Yeah.
And we've just recently recruited for a head of finance.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
Awesome.
and of course the head commissioner, which we're looking for at the moment.
Yeah.
But we're all volunteers. We meet about once a week, but we're on with each other daily.
Yeah.
Obviously got a lot going on in the league. So we're always talking to each other and making sure we support each other.
Yeah, and a pretty big commitment, for a volunteer role.
It is.
Yeah, I bet. And so finals have been announced in Newcastle. What can fans expect from the finals being held here?
Well, I think regardless of whether they're in the stadium or they're watching the live stream at home, they're going to see 3 very competitive games of hockey. This weekend we've had some very close games. The Ice Dogs beat the Northstars last night.
Yes.
4th place right now is really tight.
Yeah.
And in my experience of at least 15 years with different teams in the AIHL, the Sunday before the finals can often determine that 4th place. So I think it's going to be 3 hard-fought games of hockey.
Yeah, and it's definitely a bit of a logistical challenge to try and prepare teams for that, not knowing until that week before. So I can appreciate that's a pretty difficult challenge to navigate.
It is, and so we're working on preparing the finals so that regardless of what teams get in, we can have as smooth a weekend as we possibly can.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us, Dawn. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mickey.
No worries. Thank you. I'll let you go now.
Okay.
Really, really appreciate it. So that was Dawn Watt from the AIHL Commission, who's taken the time to speak to us today about the finals and everything that's been happening. So now we have Coach JFK. Hello.
Been better.
I can definitely appreciate it.
Slowing up at the blue line, allowing their back check pressure to help them out, and they did a great job collapsing in the middle. So, look, there's things that we've talked about. So, as a coaching staff, we'll wear that loss, and this whole you say 4-game skid. I'm going to look to myself and our coaching staff and see what we can do better.
Yeah.
But I thought the boys did a great job in their effort, and as long as they're doing that, that's all we can ask for.
Yeah. So it's been a tough last 4 games.
Yep.
How's it been the morale up in can? Absolutely, like you said, putting in 100% effort.
Oh, look, training's been good. This is not the I could see if trainings were lacking and this was the result, but it hasn't been that way. So obviously you want to win, and then obviously losing does suck. But at the end of the day, it's a part of the game.
Yeah.
You can't worth on wins and losses. You have to base it on the small things, and that's what we're really reiterating in the locker room is let's keep on saying a little bit funny, but we got to find ways to win or ways to be successful in those games where we're not, say, feeling our tip top or we don't feel like it's going towards our way. But at the end of the day, smooth waves don't make a skilled sailor, and I like the adversity. It gives us something to fight towards, and it gives us a way to keep pushing forward instead of feeling like we're at a level when we're really not.
Yeah. And so talking about that sort of adversity, do you think it's almost, in a good way, nice to have that adversity going in? It could very well likely be that we verse the Sydney Bears in the semi-finals if everything keeps progressing as it is. Do you think it's good to have the boys firing on 100% cylinders, knowing that the Bears can come out and put a 5-0 win over them, rather than going in and saying, yeah, we've won all 4 games?
See, and that's exactly right. It kind of gives us that level of respect because you would hate to, dominate a team 4 games in a year or win games in a year and then come finals, it goes the other way. But, right now on the ladder, nothing's guaranteed. There's still a lot of hockey left. I know we have 6 games left, I believe. And, there's a lot of teams, starting to come close to our heels. So by no means can we get comfortable. But like you said, you want to get into that stride. You want to feel the confidence. You want to know that you're doing the right thing. So for us, it's going to the drawing board. And it's not erasing everything.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for us. It's not erasing and starting from scratch because we've had success.
Yes.
We know how to win.
Yeah,
We wouldn't be here if we didn't. So it's not changing everything. It's not pressing the panic button, but it is saying, hey, all right, what do we need to do better day in, day out? What do we need to do better individually to be a better team?
And do you think that's one of the challenges of having such a short season is that, you lose a couple of games in a row and everyone's like, oh my goodness, is this the end? And it's, let's look at this whole season-wise.
Oh, look, I'm not going to lie and say that this season is a sprint, and I kind of feel like it is. And luckily enough, during the sprint, we've gotten ahead. Maybe we kind of start slowing our feet down, towards the tail end. But obviously, look, we got, 3-4 weekends left. So it's time to pick it back up. It's finding ways to re-energize and to treat our bodies well. And to be honest, when it comes down to it, our boys have been a little run down. As you can hear in my voice, I'm a little sick. It looks like we've been sharing so many germs. But the key thing is to get healthy over these next couple weeks and be ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us. I'll let you go now.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks, JFK. Thanks. So that was Coach JFK having a chat to us about how the North Stars are feeling. It's been a bit of a rough trot, but that's okay. They're still going good. Not time to hit the panic button. I've got Pat Naden here. Hello. How are you?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
That's good. Thank you. Look, bit of a tough trot, as I was just saying. The past 4 games haven't been, exactly what you wanted them to be. But how's it been in the locker room?
Yeah, no, it's still all positive. Everyone's got their back. Everyone's got everyone's back, and I don't know. We've got such a good group of guys. I don't know. It's just we're just been hit with a couple of injuries and a few illnesses, and it's kind of hurt us a little bit. But no, we definitely got the guys. So
that's good. Yeah, and JFK was just saying that, it's not the end of the world. You guys know how to win, and you've definitely won before. So it's not like you don't know how to do it. Is there anything in particular you feel that needs to be re-looked at, going forwards, or anything that you think, we can definitely focus on that area?
Oh, I think there's a few little things. Obviously, we'll go back through, watch the film, and dissect it a little bit and see where we went wrong. And I think just working our D zone a little bit more. And I don't know, the chances are there. They're just not going our way at the moment, but things will turn around. So
that's good. And look, even though it wasn't a great game, you have had a pretty great game. A couple of really good games. You've been skating really fast, always getting to that puck. How have you felt personally this season?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Yeah, no, just doing the little things, I guess, just trying to help the team in any way I can, and that's my style of play, and just doing me, I guess. So.
I feel like that is very much you too.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, look, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us. Really appreciate it. I'll let you go.
Thanks.
Perfect. So that was Pat Naden having a chat to us. I now have Adam Dowder, I'm so sorry, from the Bears. Yeah, pop them on. That's okay. Just got to wipe that sweat off. Oh, yep, other way. Yep. Perfect. We're getting there. There we go. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
All right.
It's a bit of a trip. But so, look, congratulations on the great win tonight.
Thank you.
How does it feel to, the series between the North Stars and the Bears has been, pretty one-sided, and then to come out and get the first, shut down against the North Stars all season. How does that feel to get a 5-0 win?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, I've only been here for 1 game leading up to this game against the North Stars, and that's the only game actually that we've lost since I've gotten here. So today I was a little more excited for today's game. I wanted to get a win here. So yeah, it felt great, and especially leading in the playoffs too. We're gonna most likely play against each other here in this ring, so it feels good for sure.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna say, do you think it's a good thing to sort of get that monkey off your back before you head into finals?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this was the last time we're gonna play them until the playoffs, so you want to start off on a good note and ride this momentum going into the playoffs. So
yeah, perfect. So how have you found your time at the Sydney Bears?
Oh, it's been great. Yeah, the guys have been really nice, and the city's amazing. It's just they take care of me pretty well, and I like the group of guys. It's a lot of fun, so I love it.
That's great. That's awesome. And you opened the night scoring tonight with the first goal. How did it feel to get that first goal, open the scoring, and sort of set your team on the right track to win?
Yeah, it felt good because last time we played them, I felt a little snake bitten. So to get one early, felt nice. Now we're rolling. I feel like it set the tone pretty well. Right off the bat, I think it was. I was happy about it. I'm excited that we followed it up with a bunch more goals. That was nice.
Yeah, just a bunch. It was pretty good. Look, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us, and congratulations on the win. How do you think this is going to affect your run into finals?
Like I said before, it's going to be a great kind of jump start in the playoffs because we're playing this exact same team, and hopefully we can ride this momentum. I know it's still a lot of games left in the season, but we've been rolling pretty well, so hopefully we can keep it up.
Yeah, and like statistically anything could happen, but if everything keeps chugging along as it is, it's very likely that these two teams will face off again. So I'm glad that you were able to, get that right set and you've got the right sort of headspace moving into the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks a lot for having me. I appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I'll let you go and celebrate now.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Lovely. So that was Adam Dowder from the Sydney Bears having a chat to us just about his experience and the great game that they've had. We've got Ellie back now with me.
Does hockey players sweat on these?
Yeah, look, it's not great, and the seat is worse, but that's okay.
That's all right.
We're professional.
We tried to look for Ron, the Bears head coach, for a chat, but he's disappeared on us. So
if I was him, I'd be celebrating
yeah,
quite hard.
he's probably in the sheds with a can in his hand, I reckon.
I would hope so. After a 5-0 win, that's where I'd want to be.
So how was your chats?
It was good. It was really good. I was having a little bit of sound problems, so I'm really sorry if I seemed a little bit all over the place. I was trying to figure out what people were saying, but had a really great chat with Dawn Watt. So she's Deputy Commissioner at the moment, and just talking about her role in the role of the Commission, because I don't think a lot of people actually are sort of privy to that process and what there's a lot of conjecture about the league and what the league is and the decisions the league make. But I think all in all, basically we're all here to just watch hockey and keep hockey growing in Australia, and we're all volunteers, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't know. So yeah, and I think especially in the past couple of weeks, I know we've talked about it. We've definitely felt that all that we do here, we're all volunteers, and we put in countless hours every week. So it's just really nice to talk to other people and yeah.
And I know, without knowing too much about Dawn, I do know though she's been around Australian ice hockey. She has she's done everything.
She's
I think
pioneer woman. So she was saying she was the first commissioner of the A-Dub, organises comps. She was the commissioner of the international tournaments that have come here. If there's hockey in Australia, she has been involved in it.
So if there's anyone to be on the commission, it'd probably be Dawn. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and it's not just she knows what she's been doing for the last year or so. She has been in it. So it's really good to see that she's part of that. So
and had a chat with JFK as well.
Yeah, so really so optimistic. I love it. And I think in Australia, we do have such a short season, so you get a couple of bad runs, and you start to get a bit panicky. Is this the end? Where am I going? So and JK said, look, this isn't we have to scrap everything and go back to the drawing board completely. We know how to win. We've won before. We've had success. This is not we don't know what we're doing. We're just having a bit of a rough patch. There are a few things we need to look at, but ultimately, don't hit the panic button yet.
I suppose when you think about it, 4 games in a row.
It seems
like a lot, but when you do think about it, NHL season compared to AIHL season, you're well, yeah. When you put it in perspective like that,
Yeah. So it was good to have a chat with him, and Paddy just being Paddy, just so happy all the time, and just optimistic about all the guys on the team. And I think that's what is so nice about the Northstars this season, is that there's not personal blame or that anger or angst in the about losing. It's it's okay, it happens. And even JK, I think those were his words exactly, it's a game, it happens, it's not the end of the world. So
it was really nice off air, just on the side here, when Pat walked over and JFK was standing there. JFK shook his hand and he said, I just wanted to shake your hand, because I think Pat played so well tonight.
He did, and I even said that, and he's like, oh no, I'm just playing hockey, I'm just doing me. All right.
And then a chat with Adam.
Yeah, he was great to chat to. So he was saying, he hasn't been here that long, but he's really been enjoying it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think he said his first game was against us, and we won. So he's
bit of a full circle thing for him.
Yeah. So he said it was really good to get that win today, and especially the way things are shaping up, it's very likely that Northstars and the Bears will play each other in the finals, in the semis at least. Sorry. So he said it was good to get that sort of. Get that game confidence that actually we could win this game. We have won before. Not the Northstars have swept the entire series. Gav trying to glory hunt there.
Couldn't be Gav, who's one of our regular hosts. He couldn't be on Northstars Live tonight because he was out in the ice lining.
Yeah. So he made his lining debut for the AIHL, which is lovely.
Bless him. He did the Ice Hockey Classic. He did the Ice Hockey Classic and then the AIHL, so a bit of a stepping stone.
Yeah, he's been recruited. But no, it was really good. So
Oh,
having a chat to him about it, and I think everyone's just really excited for the end of the season. Not the end of the season, but you know, the running down into finals, and you know, how's it all going to play out? And I think, you know, even though CBR are way ahead of the pack, and you know, even there's a 10-point gap, or 7-point now between the Bears and the Northstars. You know, there's still like, who could it be? There's a lot of movement. And, you know, even Dawn said it could be right up until that Sunday before.
Yeah.
We're not sure who's going to go through. So
Yeah.
it'll be really interesting to see who
absolutely.
goes through. But, it'll be interesting.
So the North Stars are now on a bit of an away run in Perth twice, then Sydney, then Canberra.
Yes.
Yeah, and then back home for a final home doubleheader against, who is that? It's Mustangs and Adrenaline.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of the Melbourne teams. I was just having a senior moment. So, that 24-25 game will be back for those.
Yep.
But until then, I think we'll have to keep you informed about the North Stars movements on social media. North Stars have Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to keep up to date, those are the 3 places to go, or, of course, our website. But we'll catch you next game, I think.
Yeah, last doubleheader weekend, last weekend of the season.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.